Hello, and welcome to WebDND. You threw me off, Patrick, you motherfucker.
You did that exactly as I unmuted the mic.
Hello. And welcome to WebDND once again. And let me look at the camera this time. Welcome back. I am your host, Theo Hella, your gracious DM. And with me, we have the players. Would you like to describe yourself? Announce yourself?
Describe myself. I am 5'8", gorgeous, stunning eyes, incredible hair, famous online. I am Shrinebird.
Well, I messaged you all about this. Come on, people. I did send an ad. We're good on the Discord list. Please say your name, your character's name, race, and class.
I'm Henry. I'm playing Kaisol, Paladin Hexblood. Hexblood Paladin.
Hi, I'm Chantelle and I'm playing Chimera the Fighter Satyr. The Satyr. Fuck, I'm fucking out of it today. I'm sorry.
It's been a long day.
Hello, I'm Theo, lower middle class and Caucasian.
Caucasian.
Caucasian. Moving on. It's a bad joke.
Right, so on this level of weakest thing. Hello, my name's Patrick. I'm playing a moon elf druid named Nim.
Oh, you do have such a voice for British TV.
You really do.
Hello, I'm Hiyimi and I'm playing a fairy bard called Hiyimi also.
Hello, I'm Narose and I'm playing the Drow Ranger Zaren.
It sounds like I remember what character you were playing then. Like, I'm playing
Drow
the...
Ranger.
I got distracted mid-sentence.
These are just going to slowly degrade and degrade as we get on with this. Till we get to like episode 20, it's like, yo!
What's up? Also, I'm Shrinebird. I'm playing the Herringun monk, Bluff.
And with that... Oh, okay. Gotta get back into the swing of things.
I didn't
With
realise that was Shrine's actual introduction. I thought it was doing a shit post for a second. My bad.
And with that... a recap of last week's session. If I get the document up. Upon arriving at Lost Property, whilst exploring the Witchlight Carnival, you met with De Legron, a displaced beast who was looking after two children. One of them was scared off, and the party looked for him. The party helped look for him. Kaisol eventually finding him in a sweet, what are they called? Like tent, or something. I don't know. When you brought him back, Dola told the story of her own missing cub, and the mirrored ball that she had to remember him by. Afterwards, the party headed to the feasting orchard for a pie eating contest, where you met, Chantelle won that one. Chimera, even. Where the party met Elric Tumblestrum, this kind of enigmatic bard figure who bought the party their tickets. Finally, you made your way down to Silversong Lake and the Gondola Swans, just in time to see Palasha, the mermaid, being harassed by hecklers. Hecklers, plural in inverted commas. You chased down the hecklers to discover that it was all a Kenku, the Kenku mage that stole Candlefoot's voice, Kettle Steam. After capturing and questioning her, you found out, you found out a few things. You got Candlefoot's voice back, for one. You also found out she was a warlock of the Fae patron Zablina? I forgot what it was. It's such an annoying name. Zablina, who is in control of a Fae domain called Prismia, and has a connection to the Carnival. However, she has been silent for some time, and Kettlesteam was here trying to question the proprietors of the establishment about Zablina's fate, to no avail, hence why she was causing a ruckus. But after questioning her, finding that out, she ran away, and you managed to get Candlefoot's voice back, and he successfully reunited with Palasha and engaged.
Yay.
So you spend the rest of the evening kind of preparing, getting stuff ready, and ready for the heist that you are planning on the Shadakai owners of the Witchlight Carnival, Witch and Light. So, this is where we pick back up. You are in the carnival. having a joyous time. I did think we'd cut straight to the monarch, the crowning of the Witchlight monarch, but you have an hour. Is there anything anybody wants to do in the carnival? Whether that's see a stand, or if there's something else you want to do, is there anything anyone wants to do?
Yes, but I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Spicy.
It's a secret
Okay.
just for me.
Okay then. Cool. That terrifies me. Is there anything else that anyone else wants to do?
Just remind me, we had ticket punches left, right?
Like 2, yeah, I think. It depends on how many, on who had how many ticket punches. But you had, I think, 1 or 2 left, Patrick.
I have like 4.
Yeah, you haven't done much.
I've only got 2 left.
I think I've got
Yeah.
3.
Yeah, the smaller stands that people can go visit, or the bigger rides. It depends what you want to do. Might skip through them though, depending on what they are.
Can I visit this bee house?
E-house. Excuse me.
In between the cross section of the Calliope ticket booth and Bubble Pop teapot.
Random
E-house.
Yes.
It's not even labeled. It's just
It's just a house with a bee
Oh,
on
that
top.
house with.
Oh, the V. Sure. I should actually probably open the book and get the DM screen out. I was unprepared for this. Full disclosure. Like 20 minutes before stream started, I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh with some friends and lost track of time.
I was building a website. It's a very nice
Oh, boy.
website.
It is a very nice website. Assuming it's the same one and you're not building another website.
No, I only do one website a day, legally.
Legally?
Yeah, they'll come after me if I get build any more than one.
Who will? The internet, please?
Yeah.
The people who realise he's worth more than he
We
is
shall
alive.
say that the Bee House is in fact the gnome poetry contest.
Fantastic. I know you desperately want to do that, so I'll accept that.
And we go to gnome poetry contest.
Yes.
I don't know what this is in context to, but the book tells me to read it out, and I want to so desperately. The book says, "Sound of the chime, it's time to rhyme. You bring the poem, we'll bring the gnome."
Oh, God.
Oh, that's
Sorry,
wondering when
Theo, I would like to formally apply for my leaving of this campaign.
Shut
Don't
down the
worry, I
stream,
will
we can't do this
I
anymore.
will too.
I'm pretty sure I figured out I could one-shot myself to insta-death last session. So don't mind me, guys. I'll just be over here critting.
Sorry, I
myself.
forgot my dice. 1 second.
Oh my god! Look at it. Absolutely unprofessional DM. SMH my head.
That was a rare look at the DM's legs.
Ooh, leg moment. Rare on Twitch, rare on Twitch.
Rare moment of us showing Theo's sack live.
That's very illegal. We will
It's
not
only
be
his
doing
dice
that.
bag.
I see.
At least that's what he's telling us.
That is indeed what I'm telling you. So, would you like to participate in gnome poetry?
No, but I want to
Look.
see it.
You want to see it? Okay. You see it.
I see it?
I'm not giving you the satisfaction tally.
You must.
You see
Okay,
it.
legally, you have to read me at least one gnome poem.
I mean, Nim's probably interested in this. It's probably
One gnome poem?
talky enough.
Are you gonna join gnome poetry?
Yeah, so long as she doesn't have to write it. Although I do have one prepared.
It is stand-up poetry. You do have to read out a poem.
Shit.
This one's
Okay. I mean, I've got one. Technically, it's a song, but they're still lyrics.
okay. I looked up gnome poems. To my surprise, it's all poems about garden gnomes.
That works.
I forgot that they exist.
God knows are demons.
They're evil. Anyways.
we're not going to the Feywild. We're going to the Nine Hells if we're talking about garden gnomes.
Ah, the good place.
So, is Nim participating in gnome poetry, or do you want to do something else? You got a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff you could do.
Sure. She'll head up there.
I have
Gnome
to hear
poetry?
at least
Okay.
one poem today. Or so help me, I'll shut this stream down.
Okay, that'll be a if you're competing in gnome poetry, that'll be a performance check from you, Nim.
Can I read a poem to help myself?
Sure, read a poem.
Fear not for your future, for now you must sleep. In Sugtamoy's cradle your body shall steep. Your flesh a fine banquet of delicate food. Your gift to the lady shall nourish the brood. What births from your leavings and grows in her nave shall feed from your ruins and fat from your grave.
Roll me
Damn, okay.
an intimidation check.
Pop off.
God fucking what?
Intimidation, right, let's see how that
Yes,
works.
please. Intimidation.
Because
That really did feel more like a threat than a poem.
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock.
like when she's explaining it later, it's a beautiful poem about rebirth, relife, recycling. Intimidation.
Said the lizard folk
that work?
necromancer.
Oh, there
The
we go.
chef feet.
I think it's trying to roll. Apparently the game is paused, DM.
Health? It is paused. That does not stop the D from rolling, though.
Oh.
Unfortunately, that does not pass the DC.
Okay.
So you do unfortunately lose gnome poetry.
No.
You get outdone by the gnome.
It's merch.
I will find a gnome poem.
I have actual poems I've written, but I was looking at them to see if I could read them, and I realized they would be extremely not good. They would just be
Not
so
safe for
depressing.
Twitch.
Not safe for Twitch, just tonally not correct for this stream.
Of course.
Okay, to quench I'm sure the audience's thirst for gnome poetry. The gnome. There is a statue in my garden, made of concrete cold and hardened. It has a red cap and white bushy beard. In fact, its face is rather weird. Its nose is large and very round, its mustache strong and wide. It has 2 feet planted in the ground. It's short with rounded sides. It cannot move, nor can it walk. It cannot hear, it cannot talk. It stands alone near my home. It's called the Garden Gnome.
Woo!
Courtesy
Gnome
of Victor
poem.
Jackson. Victor Jackson.
Thank
Thank you for the gnome poem.
then.
Gnome poetry, everybody. Moving on. Is there anything anyone else would like to do?
Just sounds like a threat to like the actual.
Honestly, no. There isn't anything else that I have on Nim's bucket list at this carnival except tracking down.
I will once again read out the small carnival games you can play that don't have names on here. There's Al Mirage Ring Toss, Catch the Dragon by the Tail, the Gnome Poetry Contest, Goblin Wrestling, Guess the Number of Feathers, and Outstare the Cyclops.
Sorry, Goblin Wrestling.
Goblin Wrestling.
That has Patrick interested, not necessarily Nim.
It is where you wrestle a goblin. Or several.
Who would have guessed?
Oh, hell yeah!
Kai Sol.
Guy Souls.
He probably returns with like he has quite a few stamps as ticket punches as far as I remember. Knowing he hasn't got much time left during some boring ass poetry, he probably left and got like 5 Euphoria cookies or just
Euphoria cookies.
Food from the Busan just returned like crumbs all over his mouth and like, you guys jump, and then it spots the goblin wrestling out the side of his eye.
The tagline is "Strong folks, test your mettle in Goblin Wrestle."
That's awful. All these are awful.
So yeah, and it's beautiful. So the rules are you have to since you're a medium creature, right?
Yes.
You have to pin 1 goblin while wrestling 2 of them. So you're wrestling 2 goblins, you have to pin 1.
God.
That'd be great.
Now, the question is, do I use my combat abilities to help me win this?
This is we'll class this as a technically speaking, spells aren't legal, but oh, you don't have spells. You're not level 2.
I do. I have a few spells.
Yeah. Oh, because of the right. So spells aren't technically legal.
No, it requires a few things. So
okay.
They would realize.
In which case, it'll be an athletics check from you, please.
Something.
Creatures.
Must
What
be.
is it? Goblins? Stats?
Is there anything I have to do here? Me trying
Do you
to
have Fury of the Large?
find Fury of the March?
Okay, that is. Yes, please.
Oh, that's good.
Oh!
You'll never see it.
I rolled. They had advantage because there's two of them. There's a 18 minus 1. 17.
Oh,
So, the two goblins come at you, and you just like grab one of them, fucking put him down. Not like. You just fucking take him to the floor.
Put him down.
You put him down. And you get something from the Carnival prize. People. You get a packet of pixie dust.
I'd like to think like they both run at me from different sides, and
Yeah.
one gets me like I just step up, just grab one by like the chest, like throw him to the floor, just like as I bring myself up, just turn my head over my shoulder and just see the other one just there, like, oh fuck.
As Nim comes back from the gnome poetry thing, and you're doing that, she kind of looks at the map whilst you're fighting and goes, has anyone else noticed that this carnival kind of looks hourglass shaped?
It's shaped like an 8. With a little stick in the bottom. Or, like one of those cranks they put on the
Yes,
back of those
hey.
little kid toys.
Sorry, I've just got the hourglass thing on my mind after that. Kenku mentioned it. Anyway, what was Kaisol doing? We go back to...
I do not know.
You see Kaisol wrestling goblins. Kaisol, you get. Hang on.
He does do.
I think I can send it to you. Mayhaps. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure.
Well, you can customize. Sick.
Oh wait, hang on. This should.
You get
is
to
it?
2 level ups mid-fight.
Adventures.
I gain a ring of 3 wishes.
He's
Okay.
power level.
Ring of 3 wishes, 2 vorpal
It's
swords,
over 8,000.
and then 3 staffs of magi.
Quick, very quickly.
Or 3,000 platinum pieces.
Item. It's an item.
I will accept any of these rewards.
How the? Oh, I have to use the fucking importer. 1 second. I can tell you what it does really quick. Actually,
The whole thing.
It's an uncommon wondrous item.
Oh, let's go.
As an action, you can sprinkle this dust on yourself or another creature you can see within 5 foot of you. The recipient gains a flying speed of 30 foot and the ability to hover for 1 minute. If the creature is airborne when this effect ends, it falls safely to the ground, taking no damage and landing on its feet. A small packet holds enough pixie dust for 1 use.
Pretty big.
Sorry. Is this pixie dust with quotation marks around it or pixie dust?
I did pixie dust, magical pixie dust.
Okay, pixie dust, got it.
Is there anything else anyone wanted to do? There was ring toss, catch dragon by the tail, guess the number of feathers, and outset the cyclops.
No thanks.
Okay. Well, yeah, you're doing your. We'll set this all happening like simultaneously. So you're doing gnome poetry.
Yeah, okay.
Whilst this is going on.
Oh yeah, I Castle absolutely wandered off like while the poetry was going on.
Yeah.
Got the food, saw the goblin resting out the corner of his eye. And go do
Yeah.
that.
Chimera, Zaren, Hiyimi, anything you want to do?
Not
What's
particularly.
the catch the dragon by the tail thing?
Catch the dragon by the tail. I'll give you the slogan. Prizes, prizes, prizes. Catch the fairy dragon by the tail and win a piece of its heart. That is, you have to catch a fairy dragon whilst blindfolded.
Oh my fucking god, hell no. That's a bad idea waiting to happen.
It's fairy dragon, so it's like this big.
Oh god.
It's like bird sized, like pigeon sized.
You know how hard it is to catch a pigeon without being blindfolded?
I caught a pigeon once.
It's actually quite easy in Warsaw. They're quite fat and slow.
So are most things in Warsaw.
That hurts, Theo.
Down. Get the
That is
Warsaw.
Warsaw. That is not Warsaw, Poland. Don't worry, I'm not insulting the Polish. I can do that for different
There's
reasons.
the ring toss, which is
Is that
kind of obvious we have to do
Mirage ring
there.
toss? You'd think.
Why?
Because you have to toss the wing onto an Al Mirage, which is
Everything's weird here. I don't know.
a magical bunny with a horn that can teleport.
Okay.
Ah, my cousin.
I have a picture. Hang on. Nope.
No,
One more.
I think I get what you mean.
You can borrow Kaisol's bear trap if you want. Give you help you out a bit.
I don't think that's illegal. But
That is the dragon one. This is a Cyclops thing, or I
Yeah.
could potentially do what someone else is also doing.
there's also guess the number of feathers.
Hmm. Think I'm gonna try the goblin wrestling. Why not?
Right, Goblin Wrestling? Okay.
I've got unarmed fighting style. I can do this.
That'll be an athletics check from you, please. Ooh, not quite as good as last time.
My athletic. Okay, yeah, because I have a fucking 0 in strength.
Who would have thought wrestling requires strength?
That is 19.
19? 19 succeeds.
Yeah.
You get. You get a single application of magical face paint. As an action, you can apply the face paint to yourself or another creature. The recipient gains benefit of a disguise self spell that lasts for 1 hour until the recipient chooses to remove the effect. Magical disguise self face paint. So, with that, unless he means I wanted to do anything, we shall move along. Pause, just in case. Okay.
Oh,
So, with that, as time passes, you all do your things. Bluff does something. Not sure what, but he does something. The time comes for the crowning of the Witchlight Monarch. The carnival is kind of nearing its end. People have started going home, people have started falling asleep, not quite just in the open, but it's getting to sunrise, as time kind of continues on. And, eventually, as you see, like, the first signs of sunlight, kind of like a slight, bluish tint that seep into the sky, as the sun begins to rise slowly, not quite over the horizon yet. And as the carnival begins to wind down a little bit, and people have left, the crowning of the Witchlight Monarch gets announced. And as everyone starts to pour in to the big top, I assume everyone also heads in. And unless there's anything anyone wants to do, possibly for this heist that involved being outside of the big top.
The only thing I wanted to do as we went there was to, as it's announced to go to the big top, connect with the Avery token I made.
Okay, where did you put that?
I put it on our Kenku last.
On Kettle Steam.
Yeah, Kettle Steam.
Right, and what does that do?
I can press the description on my couch.
Thank you. How
Because
useful.
it's quite lengthy.
It is. That's why I didn't bother reading it.
But basically, it's like kind of like when you have a companion as like a pseudo dragon. I become blind and I see through it, but it might have
Like a familiar.
that I'm going to find on features. Every token. There we go.
I'll get it eventually.
Ability. Just so you can read it. It's not letting you read it for some reason.
Yeah, press a dice, remember?
I am. It's because it's saying that I have no uses left because I made the token
Right.
last session, but I
Yeah. You can just edit how many uses you have left, I believe.
hold on. There we go. One. Use. There we go.
Okay.
to
But
remote viewing.
Telepathic message, remote viewing. If you're within 10 miles of the token, transfer action, transfer for 1 minute. No, if you dismiss it, no action required. Well, I'm incapacitated. During this trance, you can see here tokens if you look at where it is while you are using your senses. When the trance ends, the token is half destroyed. So yeah, you can use them while viewing, but you'll be incapacitated, blind, and deafened. Okay.
Yeah. I just
kind
start
of,
waiting.
Yeah, you find a corner to hide in. Just
Yep.
everyone else just sees him kind of walk off like to the side and just kind of stand still. As you connect to the thing, so you see from the perspective of the token.
Yeah, of the person who has it, so I'd be seeing through the...
Oh, you don't see from the perspective of the token, because then you'd see a sleeve.
Yeah, so it's the person who has the token, I believe, is the wording.
Okay. During this, you can see her here from the... You see her here from the token as if you were located where it is.
Huh.
So, it is from the token, as if the token was like a... As if the token was like a scrying orb, right? So all you can see is the inside of Kettlesteam's sleeve.
How does that work for like a piece of hair though? Because it has no binocular vision. So how would you determine where it's looking?
I imagine like a 360 cam, it's just like a 360 camera, is my guess. I also don't think the nail has binocular vision, so I guess it's just a 360 camera. But yeah. Okay, so you see that. You hear movement. And what is Kettlesteam doing at the moment? You probably just hear the sounds of the big top, sorry. Like crowds going.
Okay. They're in the crowd. That's all I wanted to know.
They're in a large crowd at the very least.
Yeah.
So yeah. With that,
okay, I'll just end the trance then, seeing as I can't see anything. So that will get destroyed, but I know that they're around.
Yeah.
Thank you.
As everyone heads into the big top, you all find a seat. And with that, as everyone settles down, the lights can turn off. With a small fire being started as a spotlight. In the center of the stage is Mr. Light in his spangly suit that he wears. And he kind of opens up by saying, a warm thank you to everyone who has attended the Witchlight Carnival so far. It has been a pleasure to have you all here. And he begins to go on a bit of a speech, shall we say, where he says, along the lines of, I trust that each and every one of you has had a wonderful time, and here we will announce the Witchlight Monarch, the person responsible for bringing the most joy and smiles to anyone's faces, other than me, of course. And I will do it with my magical talents. As he says that, he holds the weather vane he holds in his hand, the Witchlight vein, as we see the butterfly shape on top begin to spin around as if caught in the wind. And the more it spins, the more it produces this gold, thread-like silk. Hang on. Ooh. Trying to find appropriate music. This is because the track I run currently is called the Feywild, so I thought it'd be really appropriate, but it's super creepy. Well, we'll just go with something fun, like this. This is good. I think. We'll see. Anyways, as the vein begins to spin, it produces this golden thread-like, the silk-like thread that kind of begins to pour out of it. And as it does, it snakes its way to the crowd. The further the Witchlight vein spins. And as it does, I'm trying to find something. Sorry, 1 second. I thought, okay, we'll go with this. That's better. As it does, it makes its way towards the crowd, kind of going past it to someone. You were told, I believe, that the Witchlight vein can detect the mood of the area, so you assume this is something to do with that. And as it does, it makes its way towards the crowd. And it drifts its way in your direction, closer and closer to you. As finally, it settles on someone. Hiyimi. As a spotlight is shone on you. And with that, Mr. Witch speaks up and says, "Wonderful! My small fairy friend, would you like to come down to stage?"
Okay, I guess. And I'll just like kind of fly over there. You know?
Kind of float down.
No, fuck off.
As this has been going on, the rest of you see Mr. Witch ride into stage on the back of Durlagon, the Displacer Beast. And as it does, the lights flash on as you come down stage, and you see on stage now Durlagon, Mr. Witch, and Mr. Light, Candlefoot to the side holding a small box, and behind them is Palisha in her glass bowl. And as you walk down, she begins to let out a song, almost effectively a coronation song, as it were. And as you come down, it says, "My friend, would you like to announce yourself to the audience?"
Oh, character, what does that mean? Announce myself.
Like, he's just asking you, like, say who you are so people know who you are. So it's not like, yes, this person, you know, so because like he knows your name, but so he can say your name on stage. Because like if he didn't know who you were, he'd just be like, "Yes, thank you, random person, for doing this all." It'd be kind of awkward.
Okay, I understand now.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I will just announce myself, I guess.
Yeah, that's fine.
Do with that what you will.
Yeah. And he says, "Hiyimi, I have to thank you for bringing so many smiles and so much wonderful delight to the carnival with your beautiful music. And for that, the Fae has taken appreciation on you, and has seen fit to bestow on you the gift of the title Witchlight Monarch. Would you please take a knee?" Assuming.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Assuming. Yeah, I just comply, I guess.
Yeah. As you take a knee, he kind of lifts up the Witchlight vein and knights you with it on one shoulder, on the other shoulder. And as he does, Candlefoot hands this box to Mr. Witch, who opens it up, and inside is a crown. Does it say what it looks
Second
like?
crown.
It should do. What?
Second crown.
Oh, it's like one of the.
It's a bigger crown. It goes over the smaller one.
It's a McDonald's crown.
Like one of those like shitty plastic crowns.
You've all got it incorrect, you see. You put the crown on, and then the second crown floats above it, you know? Because it's a floaty crown.
I don't think it says what it looks like. It probably does something. I'm probably just being stupid. Anyways, yeah. It is a very beautiful golden crown of kind of a... It looks like... Imagine like a swarm of butterflies took off mid-flight and was frozen in kind of gold. That's what it looks like. It kind of comes up the front and wraps around the back, getting thinner and thinner, as it looks like this kind of emergence of like golden butterflies with intricate red filigree patterns kind of interlaced throughout it. And as they put this on your head, Palisha begins to rise to a crescendo with the music. And Mr. Light says, "3 cheers for your new Witchlight Monarch," as the entire crowd raises up.
Hip hip hooray!
Yeah, and with that, they ask you to stand up, and Mr. Witch and Mr. Light begin to take you on a tour of the stage, walking you around the entire thing, kind of it's gonna sound weird. It's not supposed to mean in a weird way, but almost like displaying you, kind of like taking you on the entire stage, giving everyone a good view of the crowned Witchlight monarch. As Durlagon, Candlefoot, and Pasha stay behind.
Aren't I supposed to be stealing some shit from these dudes?
You are, yes. I was waiting until you remembered.
No, I know, but I'm just like, at what point do I even have the opportunity to do it?
That is a good question. I assume everyone got like a knife or something to cut the chain with.
Yeah, true.
Yes, I would have given. If Hiyimi was announced, I would have given Hiyimi the little secateurs I have with my herbalism kit.
Okay, you have small like you know those like small like what are they called, like bonsai like
Secateurs.
cutters. Well, yeah, I know that, but like I don't
Like
know if I want
little
to
shears.
secateurs. Yeah, like small tiny hand shears. Yes, Tally, I know that. I just don't know if everyone knows what secateurs are.
Everybody knows what secateurs are.
Don't worry.
I don't know what they are, but
I didn't want to call Hiyimi out, but I
I
figured.
did not. I did not know what they were.
You're excused because
Yeah.
you're not British.
Excuse you, I am.
Well,
I literally
Yes.
am.
Yes, though. You get handed a small pair of hand scissors when you came. Hand shears when you came down. You were told to steal the Witchlight watch, which, if you from your position, you can see, Mr. Witch has in his breast pocket. You are shorter, but I'm assuming you're floating, so you can kind of reach eye level with him. You would have to kind of get these secateurs out and snip the chain of this watch and steal it, whilst the entire crowd is watching. Are you going to attempt to do that?
Guess how I've figured out how I'm going to do it, right? You know how bisexual people always throw up the peace sign?
Sure.
No,
Like that.
go on.
Okay. Okay. And
if you know, you know, you know.
No.
the girls
as a
that get
bisexual, I
it.
can confirm. I don't know.
Oh, now I have to somehow find a picture of what I mean.
Describe it to me. This is Dungeons and Dragons. Describe it to me.
You mean like the V sign?
You know what the peace sign is, Patrick, but I don't know like how you're gonna use it to steal a watch.
Carefully.
You know, when you like lift your hand up, but you bring your right hand up over your left shoulder, throw the peace sign backwards. But instead, if I do it fast enough with a pair of shears, nobody's gonna know, are they?
Okay, I see what you mean. Like try to do like try to throw your hands up whilst doing that kind of go through with the shears. Yeah, we can say that. That will be a sleight of hand check, please.
We know Hiyimi's doing this, right? Are we able
Yes.
to see when it's happening, and if so, create a distraction at that time, or are we not able
Make
to
me
be
a
Yes.
aware of enough of that?
perception check.
Be extra obnoxious in the crowd.
Yeah.
Anyone who wants to look out for this, maybe a perception check.
I'll start
For when Hiyimi
heckling.
steals these things.
Oh, that's not very good.
Uh,
That's okay, 30.
Hiyimi, I will remind you, you're a
17.
bard. 17, okay. Hiyimi, I will remind you, because I know you're new to D&D, which is fine. I will remind you, you're a bard. You can cast spells and also do a thing called Bardic Inspiration, where as a bonus action you can give someone Bardic Inspiration, which gives them a d6 they can add to rolls, which you could give to yourself to give yourself bonus on the roll.
Is Mr.
Well,
Witch
I could
within
do that,
90
but I did just roll a natural 20, so
Damn, okay then, never mind.
Carry on.
so
Carry on,
plus 2, so that'd be 22 for sleight of hand.
Yeah.
I also want to try and help. Is Mr. Witch within 90 feet of me?
We'll say at a point he will be within 90 foot of you,
Okay.
because they're going around the stage.
I want to cast Hex on him, and the ability I'm choosing to change his wisdom.
People know if you cast Hex on them.
It's up to you. It doesn't say
What are the-
whether it's verbal or somatic.
What are the components of Hex?
Oh, cool. VSM.
Verbal, some material and somatic.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Roll me a stealth check for the verbal and a sleight of hand check for the somatic.
Okay.
That's how I run stealth spells.
Nope.
And yep, sleight of hand for the somatic. So you don't see any hand
Alright.
movements, but you do just in the middle of a
I'll
crowd.
be right back. I've got to go.
Okay. in the middle of a crowd, you do call out the ancient tongue and begin to fucking just like speaking backwards. Just like num 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 num. Yeah, like luckily, there aren't many people here who are druids or particularly knowledgeable in spellcasting, so they don't know what you're doing. But like in the cinema, when someone starts talking, people kind of like turn around to you and go like,
"You okay, friend?"
Excuse me? What'd you say to me?
You okay there?
Sure. What
Turn off the flash, moron.
Yeah. Please get a picture that you can see with deal an extra D6 and narcotic damage at the target when you hit him with a tag. You fucking throw a dagger at him.
Yeah, luckily I'm not planning on attacking him, but you know, just in case.
Disadvantage on ability checks made with their chosen ability.
I'm choosing wisdom as the ability.
Wisdom. Okay. Unfortunately, this is against a DC. Oh, is it? It might not be. Hang on. Oh wait, no, I think I'm looking in the wrong section. That's why. Hang on.
I mean, I don't mind. I'm using that spell.
Yeah. No, I like this thematically at least. Oh, the heist. Okay, yeah, it's
I'm out of spell slots. Oh boy.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I'm getting very magically drained right now.
Hiyimi, are you back?
Yes.
Okay. With these, as you kind of throw up the peace sign to the audience, kind of being on the toe of the stage, do you have sleeves?
No.
Okay.
Bare arms.
Will say, because if you did hold your hand up with the secateurs in it, you would see them like poking out over the top. So as you kind of lift your hand up, you go a quick snap, you hear the chain kind of clink and fall, and as you lift the hand up, you drop it, you open it slightly, and drop the secateurs into the other hand. So your hand is the hand that you're putting up is now free. The secateurs are behind your back, and then as you put your hands down, you take the bit of chain that you left off and flip the watch into your hand. Assuming you have like a belt and pouches kind of around your waist or something to like store things in, you can slip both the secateurs and the Witchlight watch back into the pouches. Heist successful.
Ooh.
And with that,
But we can't forget the thing that I lost at the carnival, can we, Theo? The ability to keep a secret.
That is true. However, keeping a secret is not the same as not lying. We'll see how that goes.
The secret.
I mean, not being able to keep a secret is like being very gossipy, right? So like, I don't know. It's up to you how you want to roleplay that. But
I hope somebody can tell me how to roleplay that, because I don't actually understand what classifies as a secret.
Well, a secret is something you don't want to tell someone, I suppose. It could be that it's not that it's not that like you're physically incapable of not talking. I would say more as if someone asks you something like, "Hey, did you see that?" You have to say, "Yes," kind of thing, right? Like, you don't want to say it, but you do. I assume that's kind of how it works.
Isn't that example more like what Bluff has, not being able to lie?
Well, okay. A bit of immersion breaking. Effectively, you have the same thing.
Okay.
Like mechanically speaking, they're basically the same thing. Just kind of, they mean different things to you differently, right? Like you're bad, you're more of a gossip and more of a tale teller, whereas bluffs, ironically enough, but can't. It's kind of like it's different per person, so that's why it's worded differently. Effectively, they mean the same thing, though.
Okay.
So we'll just go with that, yeah. But with that, the Witchlight Watch has been procured, and as they take you back to center stage, Mr. Light speaks up and says, "How about parade?" And as he does that, he clicks his fingers. The lights go on, the curtains open, and he begins to lead you out by himself, out of the big top, on a parade, with Mr. Witch backing off, sitting back up on Durlagran and heading back to assumedly his wagon. But as he does, Mr. Light, Candlefoot, not Palisha because she's a mermaid, but other members of staff kind of take you down a parade. Everyone else, like all the crowd, kind of following behind and spreading off to the sides as you get paraded down the thoroughfare from one end of the Witchlight Carnival to the other. Sorry. There is much joy, much cheer. Is the crowd doing anything? By the crowd, I mean you.
I already did my thing. I'm gonna be trying to keep an eye on Hiyimi and making sure that they're not being taken out back somewhere to be put down.
Okay. No, they're being very publicly taken on a parade.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep an eye on Hiyimi.
Public execution.
Yeah.
I think probably just
lie you down on the ground, hands behind your back, get the blunderbuss out, execute it.
It's also probably just like, there's always that one really loud person when people cheer.
Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah. Okay. Very loud, very tall, very loud, very big.
He's probably like especially with the natural 20, he's probably like completely unaware that this even.
Oh yeah, no, you've got no fucking clue that it happened.
Like, yeah, it was one of us. I've known this person for like 6 hours.
One of us. 8 hours, technically.
8 hours.
Yeah.
His concept of time is not great.
Yeah. Mine either. But yeah, and as you get taken from one end of the carnival to the other, as you reach the end, hello.
Hi.
Hello. Yes. Yes. Okay. As you reach the end of the thoroughfare, I want to make sure I was getting all my stats right. As you reach the end of the thoroughfare, Mr. White Mr. White, fucking hell,
Mr. White.
Mr. White. It's Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, and I can't not kind of mix them together. Mr. Light, kind of turns to you at the end of the parade and says, "Unfortunately, it is time to let go of the crown. However, know that the title of Witchlight Monarch and the blessing it bestows upon you will always be with you." And it says that the crown flashes and turns into actual butterflies that fly off, kind of circle overhead, and fly back into the hat box that Candlefoot is holding, where they then solidify and reform into a crown. The lid is closed, and he begins to leave with it. However, you do feel something kind of retaining, and that is the charm of the monarch.
Ooh.
This is a magical charm that you have on you. You can write it down on your character sheet somewhere, charm of the monarch. What this does is, you can sprout a beautiful pair of beautiful butterfly wings. As long as you have the wings, you gain a flying speed equal to your walking speed, and a +5 bonus on all charisma-based checks. This effect lasts for 1 hour, and after you use this charm 3 times, it vanishes. Forever.
The wing's kind of useless for Hiyimi.
I kind of missed all of that also.
So
I can't type that fast, I'm sorry.
that's fine. Just write charm of the monarch, and I can send the rest to you later over
Okay.
DMs. Just write down charm of the monarch somewhere on your character sheet. Yeah. So you can sprout wings. You gain a flying speed equal to your walking speed. Since you already have wings, we shall say you double your flying speed. So when you use it, it goes to 60 instead of 30.
Why not like Sephirim wings where you get extra set?
Yeah, effectively. And you gain a +5 bonus to all charisma-based checks. That effect lasts for 1 hour. You have to. This is as an action as well, I think. Yeah. So this is as an action. It lasts for 1 hour, and once you use it 3 times, the charm vanishes. So 3 times you can gain an extra pair of wings, fly faster, and gain bonus to charisma-based checks. That you can do that 3 times and lasts an hour each time.
Neat.
So you have that. You can hold on to that for whenever you want. There's no limit. It's not like it only lasts for a day. That's just a thing you can do from now on 3 times. And if you would like to, on your character sheet, you can give yourself the title of Witchlight Monarch. If it makes you feel better about it. Because you do have that title now. And with that, there is a cheer from the crowd, and the carnival begins to settle down. People start filtering out, things start getting quieter, booths start getting taken. Well, I don't know, booths don't get taken down. Not only is that kind of depressing, but also this place is magic. They don't have to take down the booths manually. Funnily enough, well, actually, no, that's not entirely true. You don't know this because you don't have it attuned, but the Witchlight Watch, you just like press a button on it if you're attuned, and it literally unpacks the entire carnival. So whilst you have the watch, they can't take down the carnival.
Nice.
We've stranded them.
Effectively.
You're taking their car keys.
Basically, yeah.
It's just a whole campaign, hold them for ransom, then go live a life of fame and fortune.
But yeah,
We can take over the carnival. They don't have a choice.
Oh lord.
You now have the Witchlight Watch as Mr. Light begins to head off backstage. The party reconvenes as people begin filtering out slowly but surely. What is the party doing now? You have the watch.
Nice job, little dude.
Ooh.
Indeed.
Oh, what's the plan now?
I would be real. Someone remind me why we were why we did this thing.
I can't remember either.
Wait, shit. Are we
I
all
think this is
stupid?
one of those plans that
Yes.
we get to this point and we're just like, we didn't think we'd make it this far.
Yeah. Was it Burley? Or was it someone else?
Burley was the one that originally gave you the plan, yes?
Okay, let's go find Burley. He'll know what to do.
It's like a good idea.
Probably.
Are you mocking
Okay.
me?
Nah, I honestly have no idea if this is gonna work or not.
Okay. You find Burley backstage, kind of in front of the staff area. He kind of comes to you, takes his helmet off. So, how did it go?
This little fairy got some slippery fingers. I'd
We
love
got
to see
the
it
thing. I don't. Is it a watch? Is it a watch?
It's a pocket watch.
We
I
got the watch.
can I find it? Maybe.
Wait,
I don't know.
when did we get the watch? I thought we were just celebrating the monarch, the crown, the butterfly.
My sweet boy.
That too, guy. That too.
The Monarch.
Come on, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, we have the watch. So what were we supposed to do now? We're supposed to ransom it to Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, was the idea? Blackmail?
Leverage. Burley says.
Yes,
Need
in
to-
some areas of politics we call that blackmail, but leverage, sure, let's use that word.
Okay, it does actually do a picture. But yes, the Witchlight watch is this gold filigreed pocket watch.
Love me a pocket watch.
What was that?
The Witchlight watch is a small hand-sized golden pocket watch. If you open it up, it has this. It lets out this kind of golden light from it, kind of supernaturally. Burley kind of looks at you and says, "Yeah, the bosses are just in there. You can go and leverage them now. Just remember to give the pocket watch back. That is very important."
Oh, well, you know what? The little bird didn't help us, to be honest. I was gonna say we should also hit up the little bird. Little bird did not do anything to earn this, so never mind. Let's go.
Little bird was useless.
He opens the magical bush and lets you through.
Oh, before what are we leveraging them for? What are we leveraging them for?
You wanted to know
Answers.
where your things went? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Information?
That's true. Carry on.
Their withholding information is what we managed to establish.
Right,
they know
I
things
remember.
that the other staff don't.
I think somebody more threatening should do the leveraging.
The little bird who didn't help us, as you keep calling Kettle Steam, also gave us quite well mimicked information of them talking about some sort of hourglass coven.
I can repeat the line if you would wish.
Only if I can recall it that well. I don't know if my character has perfect recall, but she remembers that much.
What's your intelligence score? What's your intelligence score?
It's a good question. Let's have a look. 12.
12. You can. It was like an hour ago. You can recall it pretty well.
Okay.
They said you heard Mr. Light say someone is going to find out about this. They'll shut us down. And Mr. Witch said we agreed to this pact. Our hands were forced, but our eyes were open. We let the hourglass come and take what it wants. And in return, we stay in business. That is what you want, right?
So we can
That is
find
what
out.
they said.
Yeah, we can find out about that. Oh, hang on. I just put something together in my head. We let the Hourglass Coven take what they want, right? They're taking stuff. We're looking for stuff that was taken. You know?
There have been a lot of people going missing, and I don't know too much about covens, except they're usually not good news.
Well, I think only one person's gone missing to our knowledge, right?
No, 2.
Who's the other one?
I don't remember now, actually.
I don't think there's another one.
There is a second.
Is there another one?
What was this?
What are you talking about?
Someone's kid and someone's brother.
Right.
That was it, yeah.
Who's the kid?
Of the cat.
It was in the session recap.
Didn't we find that kid?
No. No, the cub, not the kid.
Yeah,
Oh.
the cub of the
Sorry, yes.
Displacer beast. Yeah, so
Sorry,
yeah,
yes,
a
you're right.
kid and the brother, yeah. Okay, I'm not going mad.
No, I'm just stupid.
Oh, it's all right. We know that Bluff doesn't consider Displacer cubs people.
Can't believe this.
they're my,
Gets attack cancelled.
they're cats, brother. They're predators. I'm afraid of them.
I want like a D&D party tier list, except it's by who's the most likely to get cancelled. Bluff is at S tier.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling Heist will be up there, but like pure.
Oh yeah,
accidentally.
100% accidentally. So, with that, you get adjusted towards the wagon. What is the party doing?
No, is there anything we need to talk about before we go in there?
We need to have a game
Well.
plan. So true.
Well, okay, so this is probably done outside of the like wall of thorns actually, because Thaco is in there, and Thaco is not in on the plan. This is way
That's
outside of
not
that.
good our plan.
Really loudly so that everyone can hear, including the people inside the wagon. But for anyone who can't tell, I'm being heavily sarcastic.
Why would you want to be sarcastic about something like holding up?
Michael, shut it!
Hiyimi, I believe you suggested giving the pocket watch to someone else.
Yeah, someone who is a bit more threatening than I am. I'm literally 3 foot tall.
3 foot big fairy.
Yes, I can fly, but they could probably drag me by the legs, you know.
Who's the most nimble in case they try and steal it back? I guess I'm pretty nimble.
Everyone looks at Bluff.
I'm thinking I got that 16 in dexterity, baby. And nothing over.
I have a 17 in dexterity.
Never mind. You take that thing.
Zaren looks surprisingly nimble.
It's not tell under like the cloak and the leather armor. But it's like they look very lithe, right? It's like a lithe figure, I imagine.
I am very tall and I look incredibly skinny.
Yeah.
Poor lanky boy. Well,
I
anyway,
could
would you
throw
like
you
would
like
you
a
like to
javelin.
take the watch?
Sure.
Okay. You now have the Witchlight watch. It is a magical item. You don't know what it does because you're not attuned to it.
Damn.
That takes an hour and a rest. No,
Feels
not quite.
magical.
We don't have that time.
It feels magical. You got that tingle, you know.
That's
Like when
got
we
that
had, like,
radiation buzz.
Like when someone gives us like faint like electricity like plasma balls, you just hold it like ooh tingly.
I'm feeling it now, Mr.
Does anyone else smell ozone?
Ooh, this thing magic.
Yeah. Well, I guess you are kind of magical, but yeah.
I am,
Anyways.
but not yet. I need to be level 2.
Yeah, you are, but not quite. Ranges are weird.
I know my land magic.
I have one cantrip, and it's not because I'm a ranger, it's
You're
because
like-
I'm a drow.
You're like Nim, but like watered down, like nature magic, but just not as much.
Wow.
That's what rangers are.
Yeah.
Rangers are watered down druids in terms of spellcasters.
Just because
Like
they're
how-
dark elves does not mean they're watered down.
What? No, it's because you're a druid. And
We've
I
been
can't
through
believe you said this.
fuck off. It's like a paladin that just watered down clerics in terms of spellcasting.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So our game plan is to just talk with them. They clearly know something that we don't. They'd be able to give us more answers than they were able to give earlier, where they said they didn't know that things were being taken. As we clearly we know that's now not the case. I don't think there is any particular game plan. Like,
I mean, what's our angle?
our angle is they can have it back as soon as they're more forthcoming with information.
Okay, that works for me. Let's go.
What if they use magic to get it back?
So
Well, we've
use
got magic
to
as
keep it.
well.
I
Well,
don't.
Or I'll break his nose. We'll figure
I
it
was
out.
just gonna summon light at them.
I'm not good at the maths thing, but I start counting. 7 versus 2?
At a point.
I could break
Evan?
everything.
I mean, that's why we give it to you, Zaren. So, if worst comes to worst, she can just book it.
Fair.
And we'll deal
Alright.
with it.
It is 7, right? Because Burley's here with us.
I don't think
Burley's not
Burley's gonna
going in.
help.
Burley's not going
Burley's
Burley
not
is
going
not
in.
helping
Okay.
us.
No.
So yeah, what you'll see is you'll see Nim count Burley in, and I assume Burley does like the no, kill it, kill it.
No, I'm not.
Like the hand to the neck, going no, not me.
Burley wants to keep his
Burley's
job.
like, I mean, I appreciate you helping me with this, but I don't want to like. These men are like my fathers. I don't want to like, you know, kind of ruin that by trying to find my brother. You know, it's like.
You don't want to be part of your own idea.
That's fair. They
I
got
see
you
how it is,
there.
Burley. Plausible deniability. I respect that.
You know, I'm no disrespect. The law, you don't really have much to lose if this goes sideways.
Rude.
I have my entire life to
He has
lose.
a point.
This has been my everything
Yeah.
for like 13 years.
Disrespectful. You don't know
Let's
me.
get this over with, guys, because honestly, the quicker we're in, the quicker we're out.
Yes, I just considered that we might want to keep the watch away from them so that we can leverage it a little bit better as
So,
well.
Zaren, you're at the back.
Sure.
Okay. He takes you in past the thorn wall. The door to the wagon is open, and you step inside. Does anyone want to quickly cast any spells before you go in?
Yes, all the spells I have.
Of course.
I cast every single spell I have,
Every single one, though.
which is 0.
Would anyone who can actually cast spells like to cast spells, please?
No, they're only cantrips, sorry.
Okay.
Everything else is magicked out.
I could do with some bardic inspiration in case I need to book it.
That could be useful.
Yeah, I guess I could do that.
Okay. How do you want to bardically it's not a spell, it's a class feature. But how do you want to bardically inspire Zaren? This can be with rousing words of encouragement is how I see it done a lot. There could be a jaunty tune to bolster morale. Like how do you want to inspire?
Let me play a single chord.
You play Fuck off.
Is it E minor?
You play a dramatic C minor. Ding. Oh no, you're harp, right? You just kinda
Ding ding.
it's kinda ding, and
Yeah,
you feel
that's
yourself be inspired. Zaren. Thank you, Patrick. Yes.
I have a question though. When it says like uses, is that the amount of time that you use it before a long rest?
The amount of times you can use it. Whether it's a long or a short rest, it will tell you in the class feature itself. I don't know because I've never played a bard.
I think
If
it's
I
short rest
could-
for bards. Don't quote me on that.
Maybe. Let me check.
No, it's
You
long
regain
rest,
any
so
expended
like-
juices when you finish a long rest. Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah,
really?
it's
Long rest, okay.
It's until like
When
level
it's your-
like 5 or something, and then you do optional.
It's your charisma modifier. Also, are you doing this on our Foundry, Hiyimi?
Yeah.
Okay, do you see where it says resources, like resource 1, 2, and 3?
No.
Above, like, action, spellbook, inventory, and all that stuff. And then below your things. If you wanted to, you could rename one of them Bardic Inspiration, and then set that to like X out of X, and then click Long Rest, just so you could have it more readily available than having to go to features and having to look for Bardic Inspiration, because it's something you're going to be using a lot.
Long Rest is the one on the right hand side that says LR.
Yeah.
In the box.
Yeah. So if you take LR and set it to a long rest, that means whenever you click the long rest button in Foundry, or whenever I click the long rest button in Foundry, no, it's whenever you click the long rest button in Foundry, it will reset it automatically for you.
Okay.
So if you wanted to set that, this is for your own ease, basically, because I think it's a neat feature that you don't get with physical pen and paper D&D. So you give Zaren Bardic Inspiration. That is, I believe, 1d6 that you can use on any attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. Should you need any of those things, that's once, I believe, one use.
All right.
So that is, if you want to just keep that ready. You head into the Witchlight. So I want to put Witchlight as a prefix to everything in this campaign.
The Witchlight staff area.
The Witchlight wagon in the Witchlight staff area. Past the Witchlight hedge maze.
Mr. Witchlight, and Mr. Light Witchlight.
No. Light Witchlight and Witchlight. I want to say Witchlight Witch then. Fuck.
Which light the light?
So, you head in, and you see a very stressed looking. I should stop the jaunty music. This is a serious scene.
Say, it's a bit...
You see, it's like, we're blackmailing you.
Wahoo!
Okay, up to the ominous music. So, you see a very distressed looking Mr. It's just playing this in this campaign especially has taught me how important background music is to setting emotions. Like I can't be chirpy when I've got like this music on. So this is good. You see a very stressed looking Mr. Witch who's like checking every pocket he has. Very obviously has lost it. Not like lost his marbles, but lost the watch. And it's like, shit, where did I put it? And Mr. Light is just like, what do we do, bro? Like,
In that kind of voice?
No, not exactly, but he's like, bruh, what the fuck were you doing? No, not quite. But as you step up, they turn to you, and it all kind of clicks. And they just kind of like settle on you. Not like, they're just kind of like, yo. Bruh, what the fuck? Exactly in that tone, 100%. No.
Hi.
And Mr. Light just kind of speaks up and says, well, I assume you're not here for an after show.
Unless you're offering.
Depends. Do you have the watch?
No.
You can't lie.
I'm not. I don't have the watch.
You know what? That is true. That is true.
Who wants to take this one?
Yeah.
We may or may not have the watch. What is it worth to you?
Mr. Light speaks. I was like, well, I don't know. You clearly want something. Otherwise, why come back here?
Well, you
What
can
is it
start
worth?
with being
What is it worth to you?
more honest with us.
We want your secrets.
You got any secrets?
You got any secrets?
Mr. Light kind of looks at Mr. Witch. Mr. Witch nods his head. I'm going to stop calling them Mr. because there's too many syllables.
Mr. White.
Mr. White. Mr. Sorry, that's not something weird. I thought it was a fucking flood again. Mr. Light kind of speaks to him and says, well, I've done more than a fair share of business deals in my time. Prove to us you have the watch.
Zaren glances at the others like, what am I meant to do? Am I meant to show them the watch? What?
Zaren's outside.
Yeah. You can all kind of like see into this. Who is actually standing in the wagon? The wagon is maybe I don't know, wagon dimensions, probably like 30 by 15 foot lengthways.
Yeah.
So you can stand 3 of you in the entrance, and it goes for 30 foot where they are, kind of at the back end.
With Bluff going, no.
Yeah.
I sort of walk my way through and say, well, we may or may not have it. You can start with being more honest with us, and that's sort of how I've waltzed my way into the wagon.
Okay, so currently Bluff
I'd be in there.
Nim are in there.
Yeah.
I think Heist would do like intimidating, stand behind the others as like,
Presence.
yeah, intimidating presence, and probably even like he'll, if he feels any of his companions like coming behind him, he will take like a side step, but probably start like standing in, trying to block as much of the door as he can.
Yeah.
Well.
He's just standing there menacingly. Okay. What is Zaren doing? Is Zaren showing the pocket watch?
Zaren's low-key panicking. Zaren does not know.
Yeah. I mean, it's up to you.
But maybe I give him a little nudge and just nods as in, go on, just lift it up, show them, for fuck's sake.
Zaren sees this and immediately just picks it up out of satchel and shows it up, then puts it immediately.
Yeah. Mr. Witch knows the pocket watch when he sees it. And the light says, okay then. So, what do you want?
Well, as I said, being more honest with us would really work in this case. We know that you're aware of the things going on, things being taken, going missing. We met someone by the name of Steam Kettle. They are very good at remembering things. Patrick meant to say Kettle Steam.
Wait, what did you say?
You said
I said Steam Kettle.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
She might be good at remembering things, but Patrick isn't.
Okay.
Steam Kettle, my beloved.
They may have overheard a conversation between the two of you. Something about, what was it again? And I'm looking over to everyone else as though I'm trying to get you to be in this conversation. Hourglass Coven? Some sort of pact you have with them?
Yeah.
They're all rather off the books to me.
Seems a bit sussy.
Sussy wussy.
Sounds rather sussy to me.
Any persuasion checks you're making are now with disadvantage?
Ooh.
Making a fucking Among Us meme, you heathen.
You're welcome.
No.
Luckily, that wasn't me. That was Bluff.
That is a group consensus.
Oh shit!
It's like
Ali, stop talking.
it's like when two kids in the class are being like kind of loud, and the teacher's like, "All right, all of you don't get any break."
Yeah, no, all of you have detention now.
Absolutely. It's the group of one. Okay.
That's against the fucking Geneva Convention.
So, am I take it to? Am I good to take it that you are indeed looking for the things you're missing?
Yes, and I believe for some of your staff as well. Burley had mentioned they'd lost a brother. Name Patrick can't pronounce because he's not got it in front of him. Delagran. And
Yes.
Delagran losing a cub, a child. You'd think as their employers and, from what I've heard, adoptee parents, that you'd be more concerned.
Can everyone make me, or anyone who wants to, not mandatory, anyone that is, who is or would like to, make me a insight check.
Insight check. Ooh.
17.
17.
19.
9.
Okay.
16.
9. Chimera.
Just picking my modifier. Oh, I do have proficiency in that, so that makes it 21.
Okay.
21.
Everyone except Hiyimi and Kaisol notices. Sorry, Patrick. I'm hearing a little bit of audio feedback from you and Patrick.
Oh, sorry.
That's fine. Yes. So everyone except Hiyimi and Kaisol. You are. Kaisol is too busy standing there looking intimidating and flexing.
He's like focusing his mind so hard, or just trying
Yeah.
to,
You're focusing your mind trying to flex every muscle in your body. It's like, yeah. I've tried that. It's not easy. Everyone else notices as Patrick as Patrick and the person. No, as Nim brings this up. There was a genuine look of remorse, kind of sadness that falls over both of them. Mr. Light more obviously than Witch. He is very stone-faced, but even he is somewhat disheartened by it. Chimera can notice with her 21. He goes, If you would do us the pleasure, could you follow us? Don't worry, nothing untoward will happen. As they kind of, they wait for you to let them out, not expecting to, be allowed to walk closer.
I personally will give them a wide berth, not trusting this, because they would have been dishonest with us from the start, so... So the insight they did see generally remorseful. I will still follow them.
Yeah. They're kind of asking you to... they're basically offering to lead you somewhere.
Yeah, okay. Out to the back alley.
The others leading, he'll step to a side, and then probably follow on, probably near the back.
Yeah. So, if no one says anything, I'll assume that you let them lead you. They lead you through towards... now that you head out into the main carnival, you just begin to see a lot of people have left at this point. It's been maybe 15 minutes, 30 minutes since the carnival stopped. People started to filter out. And he leads you to the Hall of Illusions and takes you through there. Oh, sorry, they take you through there, both of them.
Okay.
And as they take you through, you once again, in the Hall of Illusions mirrors, see a younger version of yourselves, following behind a younger reflection of Mr. Witch and Mr. Light. You see two Shadakai children looking very sad and very unhappy. Yes, those words do mean the same thing, and I'm aware of that.
Damn, sad and unhappy? Wow. Must have been rough.
Sad, unhappy, depressed, pick any word you want. It's the it's the fucking Shadowfell. It sucks. It's all the rocks there. And as they lead you up, you begin to age. Not like physically, but like in the mirrors. And you hit a stop when you are of your present age. Mr. Witch turns around and then kind of in a hushed tone says, everything you seek and more lies beyond this mirror, as he taps the mirror that is displaying your current age.
Right, listen.
You're looking to us through here.
We have already been through this. You see this, and I point at Bluff. They have already hurt themselves trying to go through these mirrors. What do you mean?
You need a rhyme. And he steps up to the mirror. He says, hither, thither, here and there, wander yonder, show me where. And as he does, fog begins to fill up the mirror as it kind of spreads open to form.
I fucking told you. I fucking told you there was shit behind that mirrors, and you didn't believe me. Fuck all y'all.
Bluff, now is not the fucking time, mate.
Yes,
Bluff,
it is. It's always the time.
you ran headfirst into a mirror.
Well, the idea was there.
Who else knows this rhyme?
Look between the two of them. In Carnival. Just us.
I look at Bluff.
Who's Justice?
Justice. Mr. Witch speaks up. Says, "The land beyond this mirror is called Prismia, wherein dwells the Carnival's secret patron, Zybilna. It was Zybilna. Fuck. In which lies. Someone want to maybe write that down? Zybilna.
Zybilna.
Bilna. Zybilna.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would have pronounced it the same way.
Because I'm gonna bring this up a lot. That's where the Carnival's secret Feywild patron is, Zybilna. Hence where we get any kind of everything. That's where the magic comes from.
Not friendship.
Mr. Light speaks up and goes, well, a little bit of that too, but mostly it is actual Feywild magic. Anyone who sneaks into the carnival without a ticket is robbed of something precious. Whatever is stolen always finds its way to Prismia, one way or another. This mirror,
Prismia.
Prismia is the Feywild domain that this mirror connects to.
Okay.
It is the domain of Zybilna, an archfey.
Drown a fucking archfey.
Ah, lovely.
This mirror is a one-way portal. If you wish to go through here to reclaim what is stolen, you must find your own way back. Can anyone who wants to roll me a history or a religion check?
I'm gonna go with
Oh, they're both not good.
history.
Okay.
3.
10.
2.
9.
Guys, we're so well read.
Wow.
We're so well read.
Just
You're so
like real
smart,
life.
you guys.
Kaisal, are you here?
Yeah, I think he'll just leave it. He's not too fussed right now.
Well, this is more so like, is that so you're actually trying to recall something more so they say something and you're kind of like your brain starts going. So just for the sake of it, you please roll. And Chimera.
I got 13.
13.
Highest out of the rest of us so far.
How is this happening? How does this happen every time?
Wow, I was not expecting.
Okay, so I'm not going to limit this to all of you. All of you know what the Feywild is. That is not a thing that is particularly lacking in knowledge. You know it's like the kind of mystical forest plane that is like a foresty reflection of this world. All of you know that. Kaisal, anyone that rolled a 10 or above, this is not a particularly difficult check, knows that the Feywild itself is, yes, the plane where it's the plane where the elves first came from. It is the home plane of the elven deities, most notably Corellian,
Yeah.
but also all the other ones. Also the home of the original home of what became it's ruled by the Sealy Court, I believe is the correct one. Or the Sealy or the Summer Court, which are the kind of coalition of good elven deities. They also had cast out from there the Unseelie Court, which is like the Drow equivalent thereof, now ruled by Lolth. But yeah, that is the Fey domain. The elves first came from there and were, I believe, trapped on the material plane on the Moonshade Isles, and then were kind of just left here, basically, to become more human, less Fey. The Feywild is a domain dominated by emotion. You all know this, or anyone that will turn above. The Feywild is a plane dominated by emotion, and can almost be shifted to the emotional state of the people there, to a degree, as it is a heightened reflection of the real world, or the material plane even. Just a bit of history for anyone that rolled a 10 or above. Like I said, everyone knows what the Feywild is in concept, you just know a bit more about it than the rest of the people. But yeah. Mr. Witch and Mr. Light kind of step back as the mirror shuts down.
I understand how this will help us reclaim our lost or taken things. How does that help your staff? How does that help Burley find his brother, his
Hurley,
find their
like,
cub.
if Hurley and Star went somewhere, it'll be through here.
Can I insight that one? Do they seem
You can
genuine
do.
at this point?
Yep.
Or are they just trying to get rid of us because we've got things that they need?
Like, go down this mysterious alleyway.
I don't
Fine.
know.
They're both pretty stone-faced, which is more so just like deadpan. And
Yeah.
Mr. Light always kind of has this somewhat sly smile on him, so it's always hard to tell when he breaks.
Hmm.
And they kind of step back, allowing you to get to the mirror if you would wish to enter.
I don't know about the rest of you. I don't particularly fancy going into some strange plane of the Feywild. However, I am drawn by a new place to go and venture and explore.
I
Sorry,
want my
something
shit
else
back.
put this. I feel like it's important to mention. Did any of you... Because I think I forgot to do this last session. Did any of you, while talking to Delagron, bring up looking for the missing things? Or looking for things that have been missing?
Bluff, Kaisol and I, because we were the ones going like,
Right.
yeah, we thought we'd come to you because we've lost things.
Right, okay. I did forget to do this last session. I was reading through the book today. I was like, oh shit, I forgot about this. If so, Delagron would have handed you the mirrored ball that belonged to Star. And said, like, if you find Star, use this. Please, like, keep a hold of this.
Okay.
So one of you has this mirrored ball. I forgot to do that last session.
I will have
Small
that.
retcon. Okay. I wanted to put that out there. Just in case.
Actually, no, maybe Kaisol would have been given it because Kaisol was the one who rescued the child.
It is true. Kaisol did rescue a child. Kaisol, you
Yeah.
have this mirrored ball.
I will put mirrored ball on my sheet.
Yep.
Don't break
Star's
it.
mirrored ball. Just an important note that I did forget last session. So,
Yeah.
would anyone like to head into Prismia?
DM, I forgot the rhyme you said.
That is fine. That is fine.
All I remembered is it rhymed quite nicely.
Yes.
You got
It
any
started
like?
with hither.
You got any like tips or like anything to help us, considering kind of your fault?
You could, before we go here, explain more about this pact you have with this coven. Are they a part of Zybilna? That your patron?
Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
Zybilna. There is no reply. They do not respond.
I think Isol wanders towards the mirror. Well, just been nice to know you all. I came here for one thing, and I don't intend on leaving without it.
Okay.
I think
You said the rhyme?
Yeah, he says it, and just steps.
Okay.
I think he's just gonna immediately step through.
Does Henry and Kaisel remember the rhyme?
Nope.
Beep-a-dee-beep-a-dee-beep.
Isol probably says like a few words. Can you repeat it for me, please?
It's quite rare, and I think we share a connection. I'm going to be going with Kaisal.
Okay. So you two step forward.
I came
Is it
here
an Astra?
to get my shit. I'm gonna get it.
The two of you step forward. You mean
At this
Chimera?
point, Chimera kind of just like takes a hesitant step forward and asks, "So this is a one-way ticket into the Feywild?"
Mm-hmm. Specifically into Prismia. You can't get anywhere else in the Feywild with this.
But from there, one could potentially go out into the rest of the Feywild.
That is what he just said you couldn't do. So I don't know if I might pick that up. Fuck's sake, I have a sticky note up on my DM screen. It keeps falling over. 1 second. Nope, it's not gonna work. Sticky notes never fucking work.
No, they don't.
Why? He says, no. This goes to Prismia. You can't get anywhere else in the Feywild through Prismia. It is a demiplane.
Ooh, that's good to know.
A Feywild demiplane. It's a subplane within the Feywild. Okay.
You never know, our way back may require going into another plane.
Hopefully.
I don't understand this plane stuff as much as I would like, but it could make sense. There's only one way you can find out.
Okay. Hiyimi, you step forward.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. Okay. You step forward. Kaisal, do you head into the portal?
Absolutely, 100%ly.
Okay. You touch it, and as you do, you see Kaisal is sucked into the portal. Assuming you go in the order you said you were, Nim, you put your hand up to the portal, and you go through. Zaren, as Zaren steps up, Mr. Witch puts out a hand unexpectedly.
I
Give him a
hesitantly
watch.
hand it over.
Takes a watch. Opens it, makes sure it's all working. Closes it. You put your hand to the portal. You fly through. Bluff, you fly through. Chimera, you fly through. And Hiyimi, as you step up, I would like everyone else to deafen, please.
Ooh.
I'd also say to stream before I tally deafens, because otherwise the stream can't hear me.
I was gonna say I can't deafen because stream.
That is true.
Tally, take your headphones
I'll
off.
take my headphones
Headphones
off.
off.
Give me a wave when you're done.
Yeah, just for stream, I would like to say, common courtesy, don't say it in chat. Whatever I say, don't repeat it. This is between Mr. Witch and Light and Hiyimi. As you are the last one to step through, everyone else has gone through. Witch says, "Mind the rule of threes: future, past, and present." And Light says, "Find the alicorn and free the dominant queen." And as you put your hand to the portal, you fly through with those cryptic words of advice. Just gonna give Tally a wave. Furiously waving. Okay.
Sorry, I pressed the wrong button.
Tally asked me to give him a wave. What if I shout really loudly? Do you think Tally will hear?
Can I come back now?
Yeah, that's what I was
Okay.
waving.
I didn't see. You didn't wave enough.
I'll just add everyone, goddammit. Okay.
Damn, that was quick.
And with that, you are all sucked through this portal. I put so much emphasis on that word. I don't know why I was so hard on that. Chantelle is still deafened. Hang on, we need to make sure she's undeafened.
Isn't it about time to take a break?
1 second, we'll get to that. Don't worry. That's your one make sure Chantelle's undeafened.
She probably went to go do something. She was like, "Oh,
God
perfect time
fucking
to
damn it.
go
Bye.
to Lewis."
Okay, we're back. She's back. So, as you are all brought through this portal, one by one, you fall out into the Feywild. You find yourself landing on Hearthstone. And as you step out to overlook a new domain, we'll take a break. We'll be back in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yay.
This is going much further, much quicker than I thought it would. I will have to prepare some more stuff. Ah!
Imagine not being prepared. Couldn't
Guys,
be me.
we've accomplished it. The DM has to prepare more stuff this early on.
We've done it.
We should be more chaotic.
Yes.
How we doing, guys?
So, guys, you see that other portal over there? Let's take that one as well.
Really?
Let's just like.
Yeah, let's
Sure.
take
Let's go.
let's take the portal to the abyss. Start our Doom and Slaying campaign.
Set up the nether hub.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get a new cup of tea. See ya in a bit.
No copper.
Alright.
Cool.
I'm probably going to do something similar. Get biscuits and maybe a hot chocolate.
And yeah, can someone just hand me
Amazing.
when we're gonna be starting back up? Because I'm just gonna deafen myself.
I will be here.
Gracias.
He will always be here.
Will you always be there for you?
How we doing, guys? How we doing? What's going on? What's going on with y'all?
I didn't realize I was deafened. Got a speed read to the book.
Thank you, Telly, for getting my joke.
You're so welcome.
Got a fucking speed read to the book, just in case you get to where I think you will.
Oh, we'll get there. We're known to be so fast at playing through games. Ugh.
How have you been today, Charlie?
Oh, you know. I worked from home today, but I left my laptop at work, so I had to go to work, pick up my laptop, then come home.
Oh no.
Why didn't you just stay at work at that point?
I don't want to. I wanted to be at home. And I figured, like, I had to go there and back anyway, so I may as well go there and then be back earlier, so I don't have to, like, rush getting back for D&D, you know?
Got a point.
Mm-hmm.
I just shoved like 15 Sour Patch Kids in my mouth and I'm suffering.
I really didn't guess Sour Patch Kids in England. I never saw them there.
I have never seen them in England either.
They're like a pretty recent thing, to be fair, that's come over.
Hmm.
You can buy American ones in that pretty easily. But the European ones have the blackcurrant flavor, which I prefer.
Ew. I don't know why. Personally, blackcurrant always the worst flavor. Personally.
Black
My
currant's
opinion.
never that good, to be honest. It's always kind of like the
Right.
low tier flavor for a packet. The green one, whatever flavor the green is, it's always the best. It's not always the same flavor, but it's always the best.
True.
In the European one, the green one is lime, and the American one, I think that's apple.
Yeah. It's either lime, apple, or melon, and it's always the best.
Yeah.
Those flavors are S tier. I'm gonna turn the ominous music off.
Of like lime flavored sweets, but give me a bottle of that fucking weird ass limeade, and I'll drink the entire damn thing, no questions asked.
They're in might be in the American candy stores, but like they're so expensive. Like we don't want to buy from there. There's like, it's incredible how expensive they are.
Bro, the Sour Patches I've been eating recently were like a pound at my local co-op. They're only going to be there for a limited time, so I'm getting as many as I can. They also do them in Sainsbury's, but in one of the Sainsbury's I go to, they also do like a cola-only flavored packet, which is pretty damn decent, but the citric acid or whatever it is they put on it, that shit rips your gums apart.
Dude, I used to love that. I used to like, I didn't like sour sweets, so they like dissolve my mouth. That's great.
I find love sour goodies. Sour gummies are easily my favorite things in the world.
I love sour gummies, but they really hurt my teeth a lot.
Yeah.
More than like, you know, like the Haribos, what are they called? The Tankfastics.
Tankfastics? Yes! Absolute bangers.
They
Oh,
make
good.
my teeth hurt so much compared to like any
So
other Haribo.
So worth it.
It's so worth it.
sour-
They scratch up my gums so much I taste blood. Yeah.
I mean, sour stuff is literally acid. Like, of course it burns. It's literally what it is.
No, I mean like it gives me like toothache. But the Haribos don't give me toothache.
You might just have weak teeth. Weak baby teeth.
I mean, with
you
the way
might
they
have
do,
weak teeth or a fucking cavity somewhere back there.
with the way they do sour sanding, it can be it's usually a mixture of sugar and something like tartaric or citric acid. They could put too much of the acid crystals on, which makes it far more reactive to your mouth than the sugar. That type of shit.
Oh yeah, the Sour Patch ones use malic acid. The milk.
Ew. Gross.
Yeah. Okay.
That I literally don't see any other type of acid on it.
Bulk
I'm
buy
so sure
them?
they're just called malic acid, not citric acid like I was expecting.
It'll be fairly similar because you'll find that they'll have different names. citric acid or citrate, because that will be the crystal form, will be like its actual name. Then malic acid might be its trade name, some crap like that.
Probably.
I bulk by them. I won't be able to eat them all.
One issue I definitely have with like gummy sweets, especially the sour ones, once you open a packet, it's a race to the fucking bottom. You just can't stop.
I mean, I don't have that problem, so I can't relate. I also don't like sour sweets, so...
To be fair, with any type of gummy sweets, give me a pack of Haribo Golden Bears. It'll be a race to the fucking bottom to them with me.
I can, however, eat an entire loaf of bread.
I think we've all done that at one point.
Dude, you ever eat like a thing of bread and you feel like a little Victorian child?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just pull that out,
No,
buy
I
a
don't.
whole loaf of bread from the store, eat the entire thing like a fucking burrito.
What do you mean, a small Victorian child? They couldn't afford bread.
Or like in like a dystopian movie, you know, where you see like a little kid like running around with like a bit of bread.
Oh,
I know what you mean,
you
I know
mean,
what
They
you
the,
have
you mean
like the biggest smile on their face,
pickpockets?
like they just won the fucking
Yeah.
lottery. Oh, now I'm craving bread, thanks.
Yeah, I really like some bread on its own, could be really nice. Great thing that I live in Germany. I think there are over 6,200 different unique types of bread here.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's the only good thing about Germany.
6,000
Another load.
Untrue. Bread, sausage, chocolate, and beer, all of which fucking S tier here.
Mm.
Great.
I don't like beer normally, and German beer is definitely not one of them. So
You're English. That's how it be.
the sausage, bread though, good. Although I must say Austria does.
No, you can't say that German sausage isn't fucking spectacular. At least that's worse than English sausage.
Well, I personally feel that Austria does it better.
I'm going to end you, Patrick.
You're in trouble now.
You cannot just say that to me. I'm gonna. Niv's gonna fucking
The
die
Republic
tonight.
of Austria do it better.
No. Cannot believe this man just came into my campaign and told me that Austrians have better sausages. Oh my god. Cannot fucking believe this.
And one thing's for certain, Germany goes all fucking out with gingerbread.
Oh, yeah, they do, which I don't like. I don't like gingerbread.
Oh,
I love
you're
it.
not a
My
huge fan of
eldest sister
Scotland then?
is fucking allergic to ginger, so I can't have it a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Which sucks, because ginger nut biscuits are the best.
How can you
Try.
be allergic to ginger? That's used as like a flavouring in pretty much everything.
DM'd
then.
you something. Please
No,
respond.
yeah, is it?
Oh my god. No, they can't. You're good.
It's like Tally existing where everything wants to kill him.
True. So it's taking a little bit. Just gonna need like 5 more minutes.
Fair.
We good. We vibing. We reading.
Yeah, my eldest sister, she's fucking allergic to ginger and mangoes, two of my favorite sort of flavors for stuff.
Oh god. Tragic.
My middle sister is allergic to anything fucking synthetic, which honestly is fucking hilarious in my opinion.
You'd have to define pretty hard what you mean by synthetic.
You know, like synthetic carpets and that, where you get like a rash if you lay on them for too long?
Like
So
polyester
that'll be
and stuff.
plastics.
Yeah,
They're
polyester
plastics.
and that. And
Yeah.
she's also like allergic to like fabric plasters or whatever those are made of.
Because I can tell you now, polyester is technically organic, but that's because I'm a massive pedantic arsehole. But yeah, plastics.
That's fine, I am completely stupid. Don't worry about it. Any
No,
questions
it's-
is a way for me to learn.
It's It's artificially made, like nylon, but they are technically organic.
Learn something new every day.
Yeah, all plastic polymers are organic.
Yeah.
It's just when businesses and brands say it's organic, they mean it came naturally from the animal, not it was made. So,
yeah.
But that makes sense. That's a bit unfortunate though, because there's a lot of things that aren't disclosed as being made of polyester.
I have this one super weird yet easily avoidable allergy, where there was like this one like hand soap company that made like a chocolate orange scented hand soap at one point. That is the only thing I seem to be allergic to.
It's so specific.
I know.
So it's not. It may not necessarily be an allergy, but it could be the contact dermatitis, which is more. What is the word? Your body not reacting well to the chemicals.
Maybe, but that's literally
more than the immune system.
I've shown a reaction to.
Yeah.
Like my hands got covered in like a rash on the back and everything, and that was the only thing my skin ever reacted to like that.
Yeah, because at McD's, me hand washing with their stuff gave me contact dermatitis. I ended up with little blisters and boils on my hands.
Ooh.
But that's because I do wash them properly. I've actually had a less severe reaction to sodium hydroxide that they use in Oven Pride than the soap at McDonald's. You know, the stuff in the Oven Pride cleaner.
Okay, 20 past. It is time to return. Let me at Henry. I've never had to prepare mid-session.
I will be muting every now and again because I have a packet of biscuits with my tea.
That's fair.
Of course.
And they will make a
okay. Tea. I should have got some tea. It's fine. I'll suffer. I'll suffer for my art. What's my side? Good lord. It's gonna sound weird. Burping's not like TOS, is it? I think so. Because I know vomiting is. So where's the line?
Yeah,
vomiting is TOS.
Yeah.
What?
It is TOS. This is true. But
yeah, vomiting. You can't vomit on Twitch. You'll get banned.
I mean, I think if you did a whole stream that was just you burping into a mic, you might get banned. But
what?
Okay. Which is weird, man.
Yeah.
Also, Tally, now that we're out of the Witchlight Carnival, do you want to move back to the landing page so that streaming can see something more interesting than the carnival?
I mean,
I
think the carnival's pretty interesting.
I mean, it is, but you're not there anymore. So
give us a new map then, boss man.
I can't. That would be spoilers.
Well, I want
you heathen. Them. Too bad. No.
I want to see the secrets.
No secrets for you. Okay. We're back from break.
We're back.
So, give everyone a chance to get settled in. You've all got your drinks, coffee, tea, biscuits, anything you want.
Oh, and with that, I forgot to get water.
Too bad.
Too late.
With that, we return back into the world of the wild beyond the Witchlight. The world, the wild, the wet, wild.
The wet and wild.
The wet and wild, baby. Let's go. Okay. And as we return, quick recap for where we left off. You just headed through the portal, coaxed by Mr. Witch. Oh no, you coaxed Mr. Witch and Mr. Light into kind of revealing to you some secrets as to where the lost things go. And they told you that they go to the Feywild. You walked through a mirror portal, and you fell on some hard concrete. And that is where we pick up.
Damn it, we're in Manchester. Not again.
Ah, no.
Yeah, concrete.
That would be the Shadowfell.
That would be that Shadowfell.
You're right.
The closest. Okay, to describe the Shadowfell as easily as possible, the Shadowfell is England. That's just what it is. Everything's stone. Yeah. It's grey and bleak. It's like monotone. Everyone's depressed and miserable. It's just England. The Shadowfell is just England.
Sorry, that's not England. That's metropolitan London.
Your entire fucking life.
It's most of England. Let's be honest. Anywhere like that isn't the countryside. And even if it's the countryside, people are still miserable. It's just greener.
Yeah.
The sky's still grey though. With
I'm just
that,
disagreeing with the concrete thing. That's all. Everything else is
no,
absolutely
not concrete, but like a stone. It's just grey, grey and beige stone. That is the entirety of England architecture. It's horrible. Absolutely horrible.
kind of yellow.
That is true. That is true. It's not worse. It's not better. It's not better. Let me turn on.
What about Balamori? That's pretty colourful.
As you head out from the portal, you all feel yourself falling onto stone, more so. And as you do, you stand up to find yourself on somewhat of a causeway. You see a large 20-foot or so wide stone bridge that goes from one end of this plain to the other, leading many, many miles away, all the way up to a large fog wall that just completely blocks it off. To your left is a pretty close fog wall on that side. This bridge, however, has been collapsed and crumbled in several places. If I quickly turn to the map, I can tell you exactly. I'll give you a more exact replication.
As a video game player, I have a natural distrust of fog walls.
True. There is about a 2 to 3 mile break ahead of you. You are standing at the edge of this bridge. There is about a 2 to 3 mile break ahead of you, where there's another segment of bridge and another break connecting to more bridge. If you look behind you, there is another much closer fog wall that kind of raises up and blockades this causeway from wherever it may have used to lead. As you look over the side of the bridge, you notice that you are about 100 foot up in the air, very high up, as you see the rest of the domain. You see a vast, bog-covered swamp stretching out ahead of you. The fine intricacies of the ground are covered by mist and shroud, but you definitely notice the distinct noises and smells of a swamp, as well as the trees that poke out through the fog wall. It's not quite a fog wall. It's not quite that thick, but you can hear the croaking of myriad swamp and bayou animals as you look out over the domain.
Well, this is lovely.
You see a few things that may note your interest. Most of the domain is so far covered. But you see to your east what looks like the top of a spire. Further past that is a large hill. Somewhat north, close to the bridge, is what looks like the stump of a very large tree. And to the west of that, you notice what may or may not be a settlement. Those are a few things that catch your eye immediately.
So just to clarify, we're still floating 100 foot up in the air.
You are on a bridge 100 foot up in the air.
Oh, on a bridge, okay.
Sorry, you're not floating. The bridge is 100 foot high.
Yeah.
It stretches out over the entire domain.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyone have any ideas how to get down?
Jump.
As you look forward, you see
Down.
the stones of this bridge they almost have a pulse of light coming from within them, giving the entire bridge kind of a vaguely luminescent glow to it. If you kind of look over the edge of the bridge, you notice poking out through the fog that's kind of coalesced around the bottom of this bridge, this causeway, is a bunch of mushroom shelves that have kind of grown out from towards them. And anyone that is looking off the side notices very deliberately placed hand and footholds that lead down, seemingly how people got up here. You don't think it would be too hard to climb down?
Well, I don't know about anyone else, but I don't like being particularly high up on bridges where I could fall to my death. Solid ground is a lot better. I'm going to be heading that way, and I'm pointing towards the little mushroom shelves and footholds, and we can make our way down.
I gotta agree with you, lady.
Out of curiosity, do the mushroom shelves look like anything I've ever seen before?
Roll me a nature check.
Okay. $11.
11. They look. Once again, you are. Hang on. One second, sorry. Okay. They are about 50 foot away from you, reaching up to only about halfway up the causeway. So it's a bit hard to tell from this distance. But to you, they look just like normal mushrooms, but bigger.
Bigger. Okay.
Yeah. Like you took them into like Photoshop and just expanded them.
Yeah.
Anyone else that's looking around, you notice the fog does it, you can notice it on all sides, kind of making almost a barrier around what looks like the entire landmass. To what degree, I'm not entirely sure. But as it kind of does spread out, you notice that it just goes up. It's not a dome, it just goes up. And above you, you can see the sky, the kind of reddy-orange hue of twilight stretching over the plain. And Bluff, you have the highest passive perception score. You notice, as you kind of look out over this area, kind of getting a survey of the land, to the east, you notice a hang on. Let me just you see a large balloon made of patchwork materials, some sort of hot air balloon with a basket attached to the bottom. You see as it spins out of control, seemingly some sort of puncture in the side, as it falls down, spins, and disappears into the mist to the east of you. Maybe about a mile away.
That seems normal. By which I mean it does not.
Welcome to Prismia.
Oh, do we get our title screen?
If it was like a title screen, it'd be it'd be like the hither. Okay.
It's like we're all
We
looking
wake
out
up on the
into
back of
mist
the carriage.
we're all looking out into the mist, and the camera raises up, and it's
It's a WebDND, The Wild Beyond the Witchlight, as a subtitle.
roll
Brilliant.
credits. That's the end of the game.
That's the end of the campaign. Yeah, that was it.
It was only a demo, guys. Sorry. First chapter only.
Gotta wait 6 years for the next one.
DLC.
Hey, full price. 60 quid. No.
So yeah, as we're like sort of making our way along, I'm gonna be trying to gauge everyone else, being like, so any particular direction we want to be going in? I don't really see much, except maybe that tree stump, which obviously it's growing, so there's going to be water, which we should be able to drink, hopefully. Question mark?
We don't really have any leads, so I guess looking for some sort of civilization might be a good start.
Civilization. Okay. Can anyone see anything from up here? It's very tall, and I'm short-sighted.
Yeah, there was something
I'm
over there,
more
right?
curious about how the fuck we're gonna get down from here.
No,
The rest of you guys are fucking fine.
There's steps this way.
Is it very bright around us?
It's not daylight. It is about twilight at the moment, dusk. So it's naturally lit, but it is not like super bright.
Alright.
But anyone without dark vision can still see normally. It's not like obscured or anything. It is in that state between like not being so dark that you can't see, but not being so bright that it would be considered daytime.
There is a way down, Chimera, just over there. Well, it's not the best way down. There are some footholds that we can use to slowly make our way down, descend.
Please note how you said footholds. You all have feet, toes, things to grab with down there. I have hooves.
I actually have paws. So
Yes, and
You can still move each toe individually, can't you? I
that's fair.
can't.
That's fair.
Have you not seen
And everyone-
those hooved animals that can stand on nearly vertical surfaces?
Yeah, like a goat.
everyone knows that goats are notoriously terrible climbers.
Can I either try
I
to
don't
pick
even
up,
think my hooves are built like that. I don't know. I mean,
Well,
I've
they
seen
would be.
people climb
These are-
trees, but I've never tried it myself. Been too scared. Always fell when I was a kid.
These are massive.
These handholds are like it's like a flat bottom. It kind of goes into the stone and then is domed on top with a kind of like a quarter dome, effectively in these rocks. They are very deliberately cut in to design people to allow people to like climb with them.
I'm guessing. Sorry, looking down, it was 100 feet.
100 feet, 50 feet to the mushroom stairs or the mushroom
Yeah.
like tops.
And if you're really worried, I have rope that we can attach somewhere if you're worried about falling or slipping. Although it would only cover up to, I don't know, maybe half the distance down.
It's only 50 feet until the mushrooms, right?
Yes, and mushrooms are fairly soft. No, a bit spongy. I don't know how that
They do
equates
look like
in
they
the
could be-
larger.
They do look like they could possibly be used as some sort of staircase makeshift should you need it to.
I don't know anything about mushrooms.
I mean, there are two ways down. You fall or you try climbing down.
Is there any little piece of rubble on this bridge?
Yeah,
Or
you can find some.
pick up a bit of just a bit of stone, and I'd like to find one of the mushrooms maybe off to the side, and just
Mhm.
throw the stone down on it really hard.
Okay, you throw it down, and it hits it and kind of bounces up and just kind of up, kind of bounces on it.
Oh, see,
Well,
mushrooms-
that looks promising.
well,
We can give it a go.
you're all taking your time, and Kaz will begin. Is there anywhere he could find to maybe tie his rope? A corner of some kind, some kind of in the stone?
No, it is. It is all stone. There's nothing really that you could possibly tie it to. If you had a grappling hook, you could prop it, but there's nothing to tie it around. No. It is like I said, it's about 20 foot wide with two small razors at the sides to mark the edge of it, but nothing, no holes or banishes or anything that you could tie it
Are
to.
there any cracks or little divots where? So I'll describe what I want to do if this is possible.
Okay.
Is to take a
In a way.
torch, tie my
Okay.
rope around the torch, and use the torch bar as the thing to hold against two rocks.
That's cool. I would say there would be with the state of this bridge, it definitely looks like it's in disrepair. I would say there's a gap big enough to fit a rope through that you could you try to put the torch kind of through it as a makeshift grappling hook.
Yeah, kind of like a crossbar. I'll probably put two
Yeah.
because I realise we have to get Kaisol down.
Yeah,
He looks like our biggest
Yeah,
boy.
sure. That would be fine.
But I'm not the
the
smartest
only-
engineer. I just know that this works when I'm climbing.
Yeah. The only possible thing that could go wrong with this is if it turns and then will go flying out. Hence, because it's not a crossbar. It is only horizontal. It could possibly shift.
those paper fasteners people use for files. Yeah, like that.
Yeah. Yes. The thing is, a torch, it gets bigger as it goes up, right? It's thinner at the bottom, so because
Yeah.
that's unevenly balanced. So it theoretically could turn, but you've done it before. You've never been harmed by it.
Yeah, I'm a lot lighter though. So yeah, I'll offer that
Yeah, I
to
guess.
Kaisol a bit. We can do this. We can
Okay.
get this here. And we can have the rope attached for people. Just be
I've
careful.
given up on sticking the sticky note.
I can always stay up here as well and hold it for the little people.
Who wants to be first? I guess I'll go. Unless Kaisol beats me to it.
No, I'll let you go.
Okay. Yeah. You begin to climb down. The robe, the kind of dress, makes it harder to kind of position yourself. How did that fly get in here? Sorry about that.
It flew.
Did I catch it? Yeah, probably. But you do kind of slowly make your way down. You're not used to having to do activities like this, like, you know,
Share
you're like
surfaces.
aristocracy.
Yeah.
You're not like a rock climber, so it's definitely hurting your fingers. But you do get down about the 50 foot, and you put your foot onto this mushroom top. It feels, you know, that like kind of hard, kind of soft, rubbery mats they have in like playgrounds.
Oh yeah, the tarmac.
Like, really,
stuff.
yeah, like it's like it feels hard, but it also is kind of squishy and soft when you hit it. It feels kind of like that.
That's weird.
Like it definitely feels like a hard, solid substance. But it's almost like counteractive force. Like if you just step on it, it feels hard. The more force you put into it, the softer it feels. Weirdly enough.
This is the opposite of a non-Newtonian fluid. No, I'm joking. This is the strangest experience I've ever had.
But they're definitely mushrooms. They just look like normal mushrooms you put on like food, but enlarged, like mushroom shelf size.
It seems quite easy to get down. You just need to be very careful.
Yeah.
And these,
I
start like kind of showing how my weight's distributing on the mushrooms. These seem soft enough to maybe help with the fall. I do 2 very bad thumbs up to everyone else.
Just try not to fall.
Yeah, I assume everyone else is gonna make their way down.
Forehead.
If anyone wants, I can tie my rope and help lower them.
Well, you know what? This is not a particular challenge. One by one, you all make your way down. There is no danger in lowering. You make your way, unless one of you decides not to use the handhold and decides just to climb the wall, in which case that'll be a check.
Everyone dies.
The party falls, everyone dies. But, assuming everyone uses the footholds, you all make your way down safely and descend onto the mushroom shelf. From here, the fog doesn't seem to reach this high up. The fog seems like it's only about 10 foot high off ground level. I assume everyone makes their way down. Unless anyone wants to do anything.
I wanted to check the fog. Does the fog look weird? Does it look natural? Is it normal musty, treaty sort of morning dew fog type of thing?
This is I'm not gonna make you roll for this. You're a druid. This is normal swamp fog, right? Like swamps have like a layer of natural gas and kind of natural like dew kind of buildup that creates a thicker fog around them. This is just that. This is normal swamp fog.
Right. Okay.
The fog walls on the edges, however, are not. They are like the name describes. They're like packed like constructions of fog.
Did anyone have any strong inklings to go in a particular direction?
Sorry, just as we were making our way down the mushrooms, could I don't know. Could I see if I maybe ever encountered a mushroom like this before, or?
Sure. Roll. If you want to know if you found one, roll a nature or a history check. History being if you remember if you've seen one of these mushrooms or not.
Or maybe in the sense of like, could this mushroom be useful? In I don't know, maybe in form of any form of like.
Yeah. Then nature check for that. I'll say roll a nature check in total.
Sure thing.
Are you asking if they're edibles?
Potentially. I don't know.
No clue. These look like the mushrooms you had in your soup last night.
Can I also investigate the mushrooms?
Yes, you can. That'll be a nature check.
God, look at all these botanists checking out the mushrooms.
15.
Okay. Being from the Underdark, I don't know if this has ever been in D&D canon, but it's canon for me now because of Grandilfa. Mushrooms are quite a staple food of the Underdark. Mushrooms can very easily be grown in caves. They are one of the few plants that can grow in a low light environment like that. It's because that whilst you are a hunter more than you are a farmer, you are aware of definitely cave mushrooms at least, and different sorts of these. These look like just very standard mushrooms. Like very much like you go, obviously not, Zaren doesn't know this, but Narose is like you go to the supermarket, you buy mushrooms, these are the mushrooms you get. Kind of white topped, rounded, slightly curved, but they just look like they've been stretched. yeah, like that. They look like they've been stretched and expanded to a ridiculous degree. With a slightly harder texture than normal, as I described earlier, kind of this soft, kind of tarmacy substance. So you think you could try to eat one, or put it in a dish?
Can I cut some of it off and just put it away in one of my bags?
Make me a strength check. You have what weapons do you have? Sorry.
A dagger and 2 short swords.
Okay, yeah. Maybe a strength check then with the dagger.
I was gonna say, regardless, Kai's always gonna just grab like a handful and rip it off for later.
Yeah. Strength check, please. With disadvantage if you're not using a knife. If you're just using with your bare hands, then it would be disadvantage.
Ability check, disadvantage.
That one.
That one. Oh, that was a nat 20. It's so
bad.
fucking tragic. Yeah. You kind of go to put this knife in, and it goes, bum. It kind of bounces off. It's like we kind of hit something and your arm like starts shaking. It's like, oh wow, they're much harder than you thought they were.
Like rubber.
Yeah, like rubber. Kaisol, you kind of dig your fingers in, and you kind of hurt your fingernails.
Oh.
You like with a stick as well. You kind of kind of not pull off, but like pull up one of the fingernails. Starts bleeding a bit. It's like ooh. That's kind of awful.
To make sure I'm picturing this right, these shelf mushrooms are fairly big enough to like hold a person on, and you two you two are trying to destroy them whilst you're still on them.
Yeah,
Yes.
probably.
Yes, I am.
Yeah,
That's exactly what I
grab a bit. He was just trying to like grab a bit from the side, but
Oh right, okay. I was very confused. Like,
I'm
these
not just
seem
gonna like
suicidal.
chop the mushroom down.
These mushrooms are like they're fucking what, like some of them range from like 60 to 200 feet wide.
Boy,
Yeah, they're large
big
mushrooms.
rooms. Okay.
If you could take a piece off, these could feed a lot of people. But that's if you can get a piece off, which neither of you can seem to.
Are you two quite done with jumping down? And did anyone have a particular direction they wanted to go in?
I want the mushroom.
Because as soon as we go down into this fog, I'm not going to be able to see anything. So we need a direction and pick it.
Sorry, how tall was this fog again?
10 foot tall, 10 foot thick.
Do you think we should tie ourselves together with that rope of yours?
That wouldn't be a bad idea, actually.
I
Yes.
can cast dancing lights.
That might be helpful, but I feel like lights and fog is not necessarily the most useful, but it might
It'll
help.
help a bit.
It'll help a bit, yeah.
Okay. What is your
I do
dancing?
like the
What was your dancing
idea of
lights?
tying us together so that we can't lose or wander from each other.
Tie ourselves together and do the dancing lights cantrip.
Yes.
Okay.
Good
You can kind of get a rope tied between you all. I assume this is after you get off the mushrooms.
Yeah. This is
Okay.
like
Which case-
I had assumed a conversation as we were going down because I'm asking.
I will-
before we go into the fog.
Yes. Okay. If you're still on the
cardinal
mushrooms.
direction.
Yeah. Yeah,
Or
like
do
I
we
said,
want to just
go,
go
That way.
where the fog takes us?
Maybe
Yeah.
opposite the weird mist wall.
I think the mist wall is the edge of this place when we were up here. So going opposite that way makes loads of sense.
We have the most chance of finding something that isn't the mist wall.
Yes.
So,
He makes a
kind
good
of
point.
to kind of describe a few places you could go. Out of things that caught your interest that weren't just fog, will look like the top of a tower, and a hill to the east.
Big old
And
tree.
to the north, there was, was at the top of a stump, and maybe a village or a settlement, possibly. You're not quite sure. And Bluff, for you, you remember you saw the blimp going down in the east,
Yeah,
about a mile east.
I pointed that out to everyone else. At the
Okay.
top.
So the party now knows about this blimp that went down.
Because we have the weird thing with Kirfig, with the Ravnica stuff. How often have we come across blimps?
Well, see, here's the thing. Blimps are, even within, like, Faerun, they're not the most uncommon thing. Like, you just need, like, a wicker basket, some material, and, like a decent source of fire that can be contained.
Yeah.
You've probably seen more advanced flying machinery. I would say, so with the Ravnica, or even more specifically the Eberron technology in Kefig, when you were in Kefig, you saw that they have I forget what they're called in Eberron, but these kind of like electromagnetic trains that go throughout the city.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're effectively like magnet trains, right? But they're powered by magic technology. They've in the time that Kefik has been around, they've made one line that goes through the entire city. You have heard tales of magic flying ships that they have from Eberron.
Yeah.
These big sail ships that run on magic. They haven't built one yet. There has not been the time or the need to build one yet. So none of them have made their way to Faerun as of yet.
Sorry,
You have heard tales of flying ships.
I'm laughing to myself because I just realised that the maglev trains, for them, it's not magnetic levitation; it's magical levitation.
Yes, basically. yeah, basically. I like that. So yeah.
I mean,
So you've definitely encountered flying devices, and you've heard tales of flying devices that are more advanced than a balloon in a basket.
so that would be a source of civilization, but people, presumably? How
If
high
they're
up did they
still
fall?
alive. I don't know. Kind of high.
When you saw them, it was at least quite a bit above the bridge.
Yeah, I'll sort of explain where I saw it. I don't know how to do
Yeah.
that.
It was about at height or a bit above the bridge and flew down into the fog.
Right.
Do we want to go that way, or would we prefer something else?
There's either the blimp or the might be settlement.
Yes, because you wanted to go to Civilization Bluff, which makes perfect sense.
I mean, I just feel like that's, we don't know anything, so we kind of need to find something out.
Yeah.
And I don't know if people who just crashed in a blimp would be like the most, immediately forthcoming. They're probably more worried about the whole blimp situation.
Yes, but they would also be natives, and they'd know more than us. I mean,
that's
we should hope they're natives. They might not be.
The people in the settlement would also probably be natives.
That was quite far away. It vaguely looked like a settlement. It could also just be trees.
Yeah, so for some scale distance, what might have been a settlement further north. When I say it might be a settlement, you can only tell this because it was a large collection of shapes that kind of stood out from the fog, right? Like, you figure they might have been the tops of huts or houses. They could have also been a weird rock formation, fucking Stonehenge. Like, it is a collection of somewhat geometric shapes that kind of rose out slightly from the fog. That was about 6 or 7 miles north. The blimp went down about a mile east.
We could head to the blimp first, and if we have no luck with those people, then try and head north-ish towards where those formations were. If that makes sense.
That's fair.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, is that where the party would like to go?
It seems like if everyone else is in agreement.
Okay.
Because
As you...
Nim has no strong opinion. She just wants to make sure people want to go where we're going.
Yeah.
Because it's
So
going to be a long trek.
As you tie the rope on yourselves, Zaren, do you have any description for your dancing lights? I like letting players describe their own magic.
Basically, it's a simple, like 4 simple lanterns that just suddenly appear.
Okay.
One in front, 2 on each side, and 1 in the back.
And one. Okay, cool. As you summon these dancing lights, and you head your way down to the ground floor. Who is in front?
Who's the best at navigating?
I could
No,
be in
that's
the
up to
front.
you.
You're a ranger, yeah, so you're probably pretty good at that.
Oh yeah, Ranger.
I am a ranger, yeah.
Okay.
And range.
I could help. I'm not great at the whole navigating thing, but I do know my way around a forest.
Yeah.
Sort of
So
know
that'd be
follow.
Zaren and Nim in foot. Okay, Zaren, as you hit the floor, you hear this large squelch as your feet sink into like 3 inches of mud.
Disgusting.
There's this kind of it is very packed, like it's packed mud. It's definitely hard. It's not like you're falling through, but it is very like a soft layer on top of this thick, viscous mud.
Not fancying this description in the slightest.
Big viscous mud. This is difficult terrain, which means you move at half speed whilst in this mud, because it's just how thick it is. Like you have to, like when you get in there, you kind of underestimate yourself, and you go to take a step forward, you stop. You have to kind of like pull your leg out physically from the muck. You get used to like how thick it is and put a bit more force whenever you want to step up. But yeah, it's definitely going to slow you down. This is difficult terrain, which means everyone has half movement speed. So you move at 15 foot every 6 seconds now.
Okay.
Or about a mile and a half an hour. Walking at a normal pace.
Just quickly checking that I definitely don't have any features that will help. I do not.
I have nothing for difficult terrain, do I?
Not that I'm aware of, no. No.
I have no idea. I don't have Tasha's. I have no idea what my replacement things are.
Are they not on D&D Beyond? They should be.
They should be on D&D Beyond because I have access to that source book, so it should be on there. I don't seem to have anything that can help in this particular moment because I'm out of spells still. So yeah, squelching through the mud we are. I'm very pleased about this.
I'm
not going to be able to get this out of the fabric that well. I don't get how pressed it takes.
Oh yeah. So how low does your dress go?
Very.
It's
It's full length.
Oh yeah, that is in the mud.
Yeah.
that is absolutely like an inch in the mud.
Yeah. It's not a very well kept dress because it already is mismatched and there are some little bits of grime, but she's clearly been cleaning it quite frequently.
Yeah.
This is gonna take quite a few days to clean out. She's
Is Natural Explorer and Favorite Enemy my correct things, by the way?
No,
right.
those are the playtime book thing. You should have favorite foe and Deft Explorer.
I don't have that.
Okay, that is fine.
good.
We'll have to.
Check.
If you could, maybe we could like stay on call after the session finishes, and we could go over that and fix that on D&D Beyond. But for now, there is a link to the Ranger stuff. Below the class table, it should say features. Click on variants, so that it shows you the variants for Tasha's. And you should see in kind of like a creamy color favored foe, and then below Natural Explorer is Deft Explorer. Those are the features you have at level 1. Actually, if you click on variants and then nope, never mind, ignore me. Click on variants and you'll see favored foe and Deft Explorer, and those are the Tasha's abilities.
I know. Don't worry. I know the problem. I'll fix that whilst you guys are doing this.
Yeah, I forget what the problem was as well when we went over it. But yeah, so as you squelch in the mud and as you all kind of hit down, At this point by Kaisal. Hang on. Hiyimi, can you fly constantly, or can you only fly... Can you hover?
I don't know. How do I check that?
I don't know. Does anyone else know? If, like... Can playable races hover?
Well, Hiyimi has a fly speed, so I assume so.
Okay. Because I know in D&D, if you have a fly speed and a hover speed, basically if you don't have a hover speed and you somehow stop flying, you fall. You straight up fall. We'll say you have a hover speed, and can hover and don't just instantly fall. Otherwise, so yeah, you're the only person who's moving at full speed, Hiyimi, then, because you can go above the mud.
Sorry, 1 second, I have to get a painkiller.
That's fine. Kaisal, as you hit the ground, with your incredible girth, you hit the ground with a large stomp and a thick kind of sound as your feet just sink into the mud. And as you do, you kind of disturb the wildlife, and you hear a loud caw as flying up from under the mushrooms is a giant crane, maybe 20 foot wingspan, that flies up, scares the shit out of you, lets out this loud caw, and flies into the up through the fog wall. And as that happens, you hear someone else.
No.
You hear other footsteps approaching you. It's kind of like a, huh? And as they begin approaching you, not approaching you necessarily, but they begin approaching your direction. You hear several sets of feet, and you hear a voice. You hear what seems like a song. A group of people singing out like a traveling song, as they sing, they kind of sing as they approach. I will spare the stream. I won't sing, but I will read out what they are singing. The song goes with sticks and stones.
Roll. Sing.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
not role
Play the
playing.
harp, Hiyimi. Play the harp, Hiyimi. You coward.
Okay, I'll go and get it.
With sticks and stones, we'll break your nose, we'll beat you blind and steal your clothes, but none among us can compare to one wildly swift and stand-up hair. Scarf that's glorious, thief notorious, his deeds are truly meritorious. With a wink and a grin, he'll show his cunning, a flash of his scarf, he'll take off running. Quick as a bolt, his long scarf trailing, gasping, grasping, you'll end up flailing. You'll pout, you'll moan, you'll huff, you'll sneer, thanks to Agdon Longscarf, brigand prince of Prismia. That is the song they are singing.
They said
Sorry,
Among Us.
what happened?
But we're about to fucking
They used
die.
the word brigand.
Kaisal hit the ground, loud squelch, went... a crane flew away, made a loud call, and seemingly alerted a group that is now coming towards you, singing this traveling banter. And as they approach, the fog is... The book says it's heavily obscured, which would make you classified as all blind. I'm not going to be quite that mean and say it's lightly obscured, which is disadvantage on perception checks.
Right.
So I feel like having the party be constantly heavily obscured is a bit much.
We hear people singing and we hear squelching.
The squelching was from Kaisal.
Okay, but we hear singing.
You hear steps moving towards you, which is a form of squelching, yes. Everyone gets like one turn. What do you want to do?
I'm taking out my sickle and sort of ducking down and like sort of trying to find like a tree or something that I can hide behind.
Okay, roll stealth.
Okay, cool.
Don't forget, you are all tied together with rope.
Oh, we
How
are.
much rope did you... Okay, there's 5 of you, right? And it's a 50-foot rope. So there is 10 foot of rope between any given person. So you can only get 10 foot away from someone else.
Okay.
Isn't there 6 of us?
There is 6 of us.
There is 6 of you.
Oh, so 5 foot between each person.
That math really doesn't work out. 1 second.
Yeah, you're looking at about 3-ish feet, I think.
Oh, that ain't good.
50 foot divided by 6.
12?
There's about 8 foot of rope between you all.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna
Great.
try and hide
We're all
towards
gonna die together.
We'll say 7.5, because you have to like tie it around each other. So about 7.5 feet or 1.5 squares worth of rope between you all.
Zaren gets his bow out.
Okay. You get your bow out. Are you making an attempt to hide, or are you just gonna stand there?
Gonna try and hide.
Try and hide? Stealth check.
I have stealth with disadvantage because we're roped.
No, not necessarily, because if you all hide in the same place, you can like hide behind the mushrooms.
Okay, I shall leave that up to you then.
Yeah, not disadvantage for now. But that depends on what people will do.
22.
Nice.
Sorry, very quickly, just meta a bit. Are we attempting to hide from these people?
Apparently.
That's what.
That's what you've seen. That's what you've seen Zaren and Nim do.
I will also attempt to hide as well.
Okay.
Sorry.
Anyone that's hiding, give me a stealth check.
Oh boy.
Ooh, not great.
Could I attempt to I don't know, stand like a little bit,
Menacingly.
a little bit out of the way. I'm not trying to make myself seem, but I'm not trying to hide.
Okay.
More of just the fact of like, hopefully if they come, they see me and it gives me time to distract them.
So you're trying to lure away from the party.
Yeah, I'm trying to help the rest of the party. I only know that I'm only doing this because I'm gonna fail so badly on this stealth.
Okay, so you're trying to like
I don't
put
mind
yourself.
I don't mind detaching myself either from the rope.
Yeah. Are you going to detach yourself from the rope?
Yeah, I'll detach myself from the rope.
Okay. Drop the rope.
I'll be maybe
the rope
about
kind of goes
15,
into the forest.
20
It's from-
feet.
20 feet away. Okay. Kaisol stabs 20 feet away, and you're all hiding, I assume, like under the mushrooms for cover.
We're gonna lose Kaisol. We're not gonna be able to find him
Rest in
again.
peace. Rest in peace.
F.
Oh,
I wonder if, sorry, I just want to have a thought, if anyone's played like D&D hardcore, it's like if a party member dies, they have to leave the campaign.
Oh. Is that what
bet somebody
happens
from that.
anyway?
Gosh,
No,
No.
you just keep making a new character.
Nuzlocke.
If your character dies,
Pokemon you catch.
if your character dies, you have to make a new character. Here.
Oh.
If you die, I'm not
I
gonna
thought
keep
you
the
meant if the
campaign.
character died, the character left. I'm like, well, yeah.
No.
I'm dead.
If you die, the player leaves the campaign.
Okay.
I wonder if anyone's tried that before. Like you just have to leave. Like okay, goodbye, people.
Oh, was my
That'd be-
luck that I
that'd
didn't
be
even
so
like
wild.
after the first fucking combat session.
You would be. It'd be wild. So anyways,
Anyway, I
don't
rolled
know.
a 20, by the way.
I don't
Unnatural
know
or natural?
if the-
Unnatural.
okay.
I don't know if this would mechanically, but I'm effectively trying to help the party
Okay.
with their stuff.
It's not gonna be an advantage, but I'll work some things out for you. Don't worry.
Cool. No worries.
I think the way I'm
Hang
probably
on
gonna roll
a
it.
second.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
My dancing lights. Is that gonna make us more visible? Because if so, I want to remove it.
Yeah, I was going to say you can dismiss those
It
at
will.
will because the cantrip.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but since you thought of it, I'll give it to
Yeah.
you. Yeah, you drop the dancing lights.
Thank you.
Because that is effectively a lighthouse.
Kill
Where
the
you're like, hello. I didn't want to say anything because metagaming, but you thought of it. Congratulations, and you are like,
For once in my life, I was
Lights.
smart.
Than I do.
okay, 12 for Bluff, 16 for Nim, 20 for Hiyimi, 21. Did you say Zaren?
22.
22, and Chimera.
I'm gonna go slightly different compared to the rest of the
Okay.
party. As in, I'm not gonna hide in the same place they are.
Okay.
I'm flat
Where
out gonna
attached my
draw my
rope, though?
longsword, cut the rope either side of me wherever I am in this list, and try and find a
Okay.
different spot so I have a bit more time to get my shield on.
Okay.
Now
Now that brings in a good question.
Groups.
I would like everyone to establish an initial marching order when you were tied with the rope.
I was first, Nim was second.
You were first, Nim was second.
After that.
Who was
And I think
What
I'd
was the rest of
probably
the
be
order?
third, just because funny,
Bluff?
you know, movement.
So it's
easy.
okay. I'll write this down. Hang on. It was Zaren, Nim, Bluff.
I guess
who after that?
Heist probably would have been near the back, because if he did offer,
yeah, I would have
back.
said Kaiso would probably been like right at the back.
At the back? Okay.
If he did offer to
So
lower anyone down.
okay, so Kaisal is the back. Okay, so where is Chimera and Hiyimi in that order?
be fair, I don't think Hiyimi even needed to be tied to the rope, considering they can fly above the
You
mine.
don't. Hiyimi, did you willingly tie yourself to the rope? There's like rope chain that they made.
I don't know. I don't know when the rope bit happened. Not gonna lie.
So basically,
Before
you
we
discussed.
Explain the rope. The rope
Yeah,
was to
you
keep
discussed
us
getting down.
together.
Yeah, whether that be
Water.
if one of you fell down the bridge, it would like kind of support you, or if you went into the fog and it was really dense and thick, it would stop everyone getting lost, so you could all be in the same direction as each other.
Okay, so I probably did then.
Did okay? So did you go behind or in front of Chimera?
Probably behind.
Behind. So it goes. Is that good with you, Chimera?
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Okay, so it's from front to back: Zaren, Nim, Bluff, Chimera, Hiyimi, and Kaisal.
That sounds good to me.
Yep.
That is the list, with the first two letters, just in case. So, Kaisal broke it off, so Kaisal is now off of that. Chimera, you break it on either side, so it's now Zaren, Nim, and Bluff, Chimera, Kaisal, and unwillingly Hiyimi are now broken off from the rope and on their own. Thank you, Patrick. So yeah, that is the order. So
We're
now
gonna
you three are
lose
free.
all three of you.
Rest in peace. Lost in the fog and never returned. Okay.
Obviously, I'm not just gonna belly flop into the mud, coat myself, and just lay there.
Where were you hiding? Where were you hiding?
Probably under like a different patch of mushrooms to the rest of the
You
party.
go to a different part. Okay. Let me stop
Yeah.
check.
That is.
Oh wait, sorry.
19.
Okay. Do you want to? Are you gonna stealth? Or are you gonna equip your shield?
Ooh.
'Cause that both would be an action technically. Like I said, this is one turn. So everyone action.
Stealth.
You're
I'm
gonna
gonna
stealth.
stealth
Okay.
it.
Okay. Yeah. Roll stealth. So I'll say 19. Do you say?
Yeah, 19.
19. Okay.
As part of my standing out, can I put on my shield and bring out my spear?
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, that is the action to kind of draw those weapons. Okay. With that, you see emerging from the fog. If my burping would subside.
Bunch of burping frogs.
Yeah. Sorry, let me kind of set the scene and describe the rest of the swamp, so you're not just in a foggy swamp. The kind of sticky mud squelches beneath your feet. You see tangled mangroves kind of growing out of smaller pools of rippling water. It's not all mud. There are small pools and streams of water, kind of mangroves, mangroves, not mangoes, mangroves that kind of grow out of it. All of it was half hidden by the thick fog. You see purple mushrooms clinging to rotten logs and stumps scattered throughout the rest of the marsh. You see oddly enough like crickets that seem to glow like fireflies. That. Sorry. Sorry. You see these kind of like glowing crickets that chirp like crickets as they glow like fireflies. They kind of flutter through the air before being caught out of the air. I just spat on the book.
You're not having a great time, are you, boss man?
Caught out of midair. You think it's easy to speak with teeth like this?
I'm British.
You see the British dental care, right? As these crickets get caught in midair and pulled in by frogs and other things that sit on these logs. Coming out of the fog, singing their marching song, you see 4 humanoid figures standing in like a trapezoid shape, like 2 in front, 2 behind, flared out, and behind them is a giant. Hang on, is a giant snail, much like the snails you encountered in the Witchlight Carnival, being ridden by 2 more figures. All of them are Herringen, all rabbit folk.
Ooh.
As 2 of them tug at the reins of this snail, the others are carrying clubs and singing their marching song. And as they spot you, Kaisal, as you're not trying to hide,
You want-
Bounty now. What about their legs? You don't need those.
You see, stepping forward, a female herringon, seemingly of like a... I can't how to describe herringon without saying rabbit. Think of like a harlequin rabbit, kind of black and white in equal measure, kind of split down the middle.
Don't think about the ones from Final Fantasy. Those are very different.
No, not those. No one else is gonna get this. Patrick, kind of like the Harlequin rabbit from Beastars. The kind of bully.
Yeah.
Kind of like black and white, split down the middle. She steps forward and kind of lifts his club up towards you, and says, "This is a robbery. If you resist, we'll beat you black and blue." Kind of holding up towards exclusively you, Kaisal. You.
It's a robbery.
This is a robbery.
It's a
It's
rabbit.
a robbery.
It's a rabbit tree.
It's a.
No.
Fuck
Boo,
off.
get off the stage.
Get off Twitch.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Go home.
I live here.
What is Kaisal doing in response?
Well, what do you want from me, Rabbit? I have not much to give.
We have no interest in materials. We want the memory, the joy you felt when you received the happiest gift you ever got. You see no like waver in her tone. She is 100% serious.
I have never felt joy.
This is all you want?
Yes.
Very well. I think this is acceptable.
Okay. Now, this requires Kaisal. What is the best gift you've ever received? And what
And
was the
the reason he said yes was I have absolutely no idea.
Well, that's not good
Well, you
roleplay, is it?
gotta think of something.
Yeah,
you gotta think of something.
At the end of this
If
fight,
he's
campaign,
ever
Kaisal could have nothing left.
Yes, the best gift you ever received.
Possibly the ticket to the fair.
Okay. That's kind of sad. Sure.
You think you really?
I forgot to say. I'll just keep it in. The herringon introduces herself as Jebek. Jebbek. And as Jebek steps forward, she kind of holds out a stoppered gourd, looks like a vessel of some sort. Hold it out, says, "Just go and keep that memory in mind, and put your hand on this gourd, if you don't mind." She holds it by like a rope that it's attached to.
Have I brought out the ticket at this point? Or
No. She just asks you to think of the memory. Think of the memory of receiving the ticket.
very well. He puts his big mitt of a hand over the top of the gourd.
Yeah.
Over the gourd.
And as you do, you feel the memory, like, not the memory itself, but the joy that memory brought. Like, you know when you think about something good, and you're like, oh, that was good. All that joy gets sucked out of you and flows into this gourd, as you are now sad. Depressed is not a condition in D&D, but you are very sad.
I mean, if you read the Shadowfell plane thing, it is.
Well,
Really it's really not fun.
Yeah, but no, you are now sad, and that memory brings you no joy. As it kind of falls in, and do these have stat blocks? They do. They're called Herringon Brigands. Who would have thought?
They were singing songs about a brigand prince.
They were indeed. Sorry, I did just see in the stat block there was a custom stat block in this campaign for a creature called a Boggle.
Oh, the
Boggle.
boggles are great.
I
can't
just like
remember
that.
what they do. I just remember the picture.
What are these?
Funny alert.
I'm not gonna say what they are because you're gonna encounter them in this campaign. But fuck, I love these guys so much. Holy shit. This book has so many cool creatures in it.
Attacked by a Morgul blade.
There it goes. Herring and Brigand. Okay.
Why do we need stat blocks? Not gonna fight.
Well,
Maybe.
Well. She kind of looks at you, steps back, takes the guard out, says, Agdon, is his name Agdon? Yeah.
I don't
Agdon
know.
Longscarf is much obliged. Sorry?
I don't know.
Yeah. Fuck. It says, Agdon Longscarf is much obliged, and she steps away. And as she steps out of melee reach, effectively, she goes, but we will acquire some toll from your friends behind the mushroom. As she looks down, and next to your feet, Kaisal, is the rope that leads away towards the rest of the group. I rolled perception for her. She got a natural 20 plus 4.
I thought that would happen. As soon as he said that he was gonna cut the rope.
bro, that's not me. That's her. I didn't really get a choice there.
If I failed the check, I wouldn't have pointed that out. It's not that I failed you because of the rope. Yeah. I just used the rope as flavor. It's thematic,
no,
right?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
It's not that.
It's like that was not on me. That was on.
I'm not saying that it was on you.
No,
but I immediately knew when you cut the rope that something was gonna happen there.
She saw you standing here alone and thought, people don't come here alone. Why would you just be in Prismia alone? So she was like, let me just kind of look around and see, like, that's a bit weird. Is there anyone else here? And she saw the rope and natural 20, so she's like,
and in a strange place, but nah, 20 undoes that. No worries.
Yeah. And yeah, she calls this out.
How many is there? There's her.
Six of them and a giant snail.
Is she included in the 6?
She's included in the 6, yes.
She ain't having my memory.
Equal creatures, however, like equal number of creatures, 6 on each. Oh no, there's 7 on that side. But also the snail's like, it's a big snail.
Is the snail being like pulled by them, right?
The snail's being ridden by 2 of them.
Oh, ridden. Okay, cool.
Yeah, kind of like browbeat by 2 of them, right? They kind of
You'll shrug. Well, you're done with me, aren't you? So I'm free to go. By all means.
Maybe just hang back until we can't let the whole group through. Everyone's got to pay a toll, effectively.
They were my friends. They're not my friends. Just
Make a deception check. Odd persuasion, if persuasion and deception depends on how Kaisal feels. Because how does Kaisal feel?
Well, he just got his happiness taken away. It's not great, but
14? Okay. Also,
Meta,
Patrick.
he doesn't think of us as our friends.
No. Patrick, just Jebic, Gebbek, sorry.
EK.
Just Gebbek. No C, no I. Jebic. So yeah. And yeah. So she says, well, look, another natural 20. Oh my god, this woman's fucking on point. Well, be that as it may, I wouldn't want anyone possibly sneaking about in the forest. Don't want any nasty surprises. Simply wait there, and we'll let them all go. If you pay the toll. Why don't you come out from behind those mushrooms? See you face to face when we make an equal transaction.
Why don't you suck my nuts?
Do you say this to her?
Balls.
Do you say this to her, Bluff?
Yes, I do.
Zaren immediately smacks Bluff upside the head.
How? You're in front of him.
Turn around.
Yeah, I turn around.
You're in the front of the line. You walk all the way around to the back of the line just to smack Bluff.
Yes.
That's fair. That's fair.
There's Joey says, "Oh, come on, there's no need to be rude about it. Simply come out, give us the memory of your happiest gift, and we'll leave you on your way. Never
Nah.
lose anything physical."
How about you give us the memory of your happiest gift? Hmm?
No offense, but do you have a magical stopper guard that steals memories? I thought not.
Could do.
What, you don't know.
How do you know? We've got a rabbit boy too. Look, he's right
Hi.
there.
You say, "Look, you're still behind the mushrooms. She can't actually see you."
That's the funny part.
Now, we don't... Well, some of us don't want violence. But we will enact it if you refuse to give us what we ask for.
So this isn't a Talon, it's a mugging.
Hole, mugging. What's the difference when we take what you have?
No, that is that is a different definition of the different words. That is two different things.
If it isn't clear, we're not fucking moving. How big is this mushroom, and can I see where this Harley Quinn lady is?
You can't see it without stepping out or like looking out from behind the mushroom.
Okay.
It is big. I'd say half cover. As I need the stat block. Are you trying to look at her and get a position, Patrick?
Fuck it, why not? Because
Okay,
I technically
step
have
behind
a
it.
spell slot left, because I just realized I have Hex Magic, which means I could have cast Hex without using the spell slots.
You could have, yes. As you step out, what's your AC?
12.
12? Okay. That is a 23 to hit.
And misses, mate.
As you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as a small stone in a sling gets hit and like clocks you on the side of your head. Can hit. And with that, can everyone roll initiative?
How am I supposed to give happy memories if all you're doing is inflicting pain?
Finally.
I'm bad. For this,
22.
everyone's gonna have to.
16.
Everyone's gonna have to put themselves on the map. If you
How
don't
do we do
mind.
that?
I think. Oh no, no, you don't. Sorry.
Where
No, you
is
don't.
initiative? How do I do any of
Initiative.
this?
It's up on your main attributes, like with all that strength.
On the,
Oh.
the same
the
line.
second to last one.
Yes, it has no distinctive features, but it is there.
Yeah.
Oh, does it have a plus on it?
You can click on the top of
yeah,
it
it
like
does.
with
It
Rhythm.
might
Yeah.
be for you, yeah.
So mine's 18 then.
Your initiative modifier is equal to your dexterity modifier. Actually, where is initiative on this character sheet? I don't know. Oh, yeah, it's there. It says the stats. Okay,
It's next
got
to
it.
Is it? Because on here it says +2. Oh wait.
Yeah.
Why is there 2 numbers?
There's a modifier.
What's the difference?
I don't know. Why is your
Score.
bonus +8, Bluff? What the fuck?
I don't know.
I'm just gonna
Tell
say
me.
my initiative is 18. That's all. I'm just gonna figure out the because it says +2. I just add 2.
So, people like bards can also be, like jack of all trades, become proficient in initiative, which means you
That is
add
true.
half your proficiency to it, because it's an ability check.
Yeah.
What's your dexterity, Bluff?
I think
Sorry, not
it's-
Bluff. Hiyimi. I can see it. Oh no,
Oh.
your dexterity modifier is just +2. So yeah, that is what your modifier is.
Okay.
So
I think
yeah,
mine's supposed to be +5, but I don't know why it's +8.
It shouldn't be +5. It should be +3. That's your dexterity.
Well, I got
you-
+5 on D&D Beyond.
have you some? Oh, wait, do Haringons get
Oh.
bonus
looking at-
to initiatives?
Yeah, the hair trigger. You add your proficiency to initiative
Yeah.
rolls.
Yes.
Wait, that's still like really high then.
Yeah, so
It should be
it
+5. Yeah.
should be +5.
You only
yeah,
add
that's
your
correct.
proficiency to your initiative rolls if you're proficient in initiative, which most
What?
people aren't.
I don't think you can be.
That's incorrect. Why is it
You
like
can be, but I
But
don't
I-
think anyone here will be at level 1.
But I have a
Bluff is.
feature.
Really?
Yeah.
Why
Oh
does it
my
keep going
God.
up? Stop going up. Why is it plus 14 now?
Oh.
No, because
there
Herringans
we
have
go.
a thing called
I figured it out.
Herringans have a thing called Hair Trigger, where they add their proficiency to their initiative.
I was gonna say, but it still shouldn't be +5.
Or indeed plus 14. No, it's
Did
plus
you-
3
did
now.
you-
Probably because you
Say some-
it's because you've turned that +3 +2 is 5, so somewhere the math has gotten confused and it should just be +5 overall.
It is now plus
Okay.
5.
Like,
And I will quickly. So, Chimera
19.
19. We'll change that. Nope. Fuck. Update. 19. Zaren.
22.
It's a weird odd I went in. 22. I
I
have to
keep
roll your
getting
initiative stat to
22s
make sure
today.
of
For some reason.
7. Okay, come on. 22. And Hiyimi, that was an 18, correct?
Yeah.
Very cool. Should have done this all beforehand. It is fine. No, fuck's sake. Go on. 18. And I need to add the boys.
Boy, man.
That'd be creatures. Those are 6 Herringen brigands. Do they have an initiative? Oh, I really hope they do. Please. Please. No. Can I, like, drag and drop?
if they don't have initiative, they usually just goes Dex mod.
No, as in, like, do they have an initiative roll that I can do to add them into initiative on D&D Beyond? Not fucking D&D Beyond. The Foundry. Words! Fuck. Because otherwise I'm gonna have to, like... Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to drag them onto the map. Have the... Six... Sorry, no.
Oh.
Yes, 6 Herringen brigands.
Oh, do we not have a map?
No, there's no combat map.
Boo.
Is that 6? That is 6. And
Boo,
a
lame.
giant snail. Mass select. Nope, I just hit them all. Combat. Gonna roll them all.
Ooh, that's a nice sound.
There we go. Very satisfying clicks. And then just creatures. Import and Herringen brigand. Import. Okay then. With that, I just imported 6 Herringen brigands. Oh no. Oh, I imported all of them. Oh no. Oh, I can deal with that later. Okay. With that, how much time do we have left? And with that, as a sling is thrown and it begins to hits Nim on the head, and as I start the combat music, which one do I use? I have like 4 combat themes.
The Mantis Lords.
All at once.
Last. What does this one sound like?
Or is it Hornet Sentinel?
Sounds good. As the combat music starts, and its initiative is rolled, as everyone I assume kind of like springs out and prepares for your first combat as a group against these Herringen brigands and their giant snail. That's where we'll end for this week.
Yay.
No combat yet. No combat yet. One day. One day.
Oh, we've just been
again.
teased.
I'm immediately going to pause this music because it is too much. Holy shit.
Combat edged again.
Yeah.
And with that, I can think about this song. Hang on. Nope, that's the bad one. Oops. And with that, this is where we'll end for this week. Thank you, everyone, for playing. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you had a good time. thank you everyone for watching. This was this week's episode of WebDND. Yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed.
Yes.
Yes, I do indeed.
Very good, yes.
Oh, next week, first combat session. 5 sessions in.
We got
bloody
there
long enough.
eventually.
It only took a month.
Now
Oh
I get
God,
to
it
play
has
the
been a
back
month.
character.
Fight.
Yeah. Once again, Narose, if you don't want to stay behind for a bit after stream ends to work out the D&D Beyond stuff, that'll be good.
My apologies. I require bed. My mother came in and yelled at me earlier.
Howard.
You hate to see it.
But yeah,
Right.
I hope everyone enjoyed. As usual, shoutouts. I'm overwriting you, Tally. Once again, as usual, I stream live on Twitch, twitch.tv/FDWTL for Twitter. We play games occasionally. Also Twitter, @HellaTheodore, HELLETHEODORE. I don't remember how to spell my own name then. Brilliant.
Anyone else wanna throw one in the ring?
I'll save shouting out my bank account again.
Well, I don't know what to
78
say.
Twitch, Saturday, maybe.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Okay.
a stream.
Ooh. Ooh.
A stream from Narose? Never.
Never. It would never happen. That's why I said maybe.
You see my name? Google it. You will find me. It's a promise and a threat.
I stream Skyrim tomorrow. My Twitch is Artistic Chimera.
I want to put that as a underscore. The underscore fucks the URL every time. I always go twitch.tv/artistic-chimera and it's like, no, it's not a thing. It's like, fuck. There's an underscore there. Work. Yes.
For some reason they won't let you put space between things.
No spaces in Twitch names.
Oh,
I don't
illegal.
play for no underscore. Usually go with underscore.
Well, and I am Shrinebird. Follow me here. Follow me on Shrinebird. On Shrinebird. Shrinebird available on Shrinebird. And with that, friends, say
Is that
bye.
your own streaming service called Shrinebird?
Fuck Mixer.
Shrinebird, my favorite streaming service. With its #1 and only creator, Shrinebird.
It's only for me. It's my special site.
No. That's a joke. You're not on it.
Yeah, everybody but me.
It's Shrinebird, only for Twitter.
But Twitter's
But no.
basically Shrinebird anyway, let's be real.
Thanks for that. I mean, I am like, what, 50% of your viewers on Twitch because of me?
This is not true. You haven't watched my stream in
It
a while.
absolutely is true. It absolutely is true. Yeah.
Anyway.
It's been fun. Bye.
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 Right. That's enough of them, chat. Hello. I should probably deafen as well. Hello, chat. How's it going? Well, I don't think we're gonna raid tonight, because I can't find anyone immediately. There's also, I think, only like one viewer here, so... But hope you enjoyed. Hope you had a good time. We'll be back with more WebDND, obviously, next week. We always are on Tuesdays. And... Thursday. Probably switch to the face cam, shouldn't I? Hello. Thursday. What am I doing on Thursday? Finishing Everhood. And then Saturday. Very exciting. Web SMP Season 2. You will be there. This is a threat. Alright, I'm gonna say goodnight. And I hope you all have a great evening. Bye.